And so for citizens are still out here after the appearance of the vice chair for political education at the State of Intellectual Scene having research. Citizens are now on the principal streets of Monrovia and singing their political slogans. So that's it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our Tuesday edition of The Closing Argument. I am Jerome Gayman. I will be your host. And my co-host for the time being from the studio is Myean, a young man that has been doing a great job covering all the events in Liberia. Those crisp videos, investigative videos are all done by him. So we are glad to have him. Welcome, Mr. Tobin.
Yeah, how you doing, Mr. Gayman? How you doing? How's the place? How's the family doing?
Family is doing well. The twins started school today at Florida State.
Yeah, I saw your post. You posted on your Facebook page. I saw it, and I was looking at them. They resemble you.
Yes, we are thankful. We have to produce the next generation of leaders, great generation of Liberians to hopefully someday come home and help shape the Liberia that they want. The great Liberia that we want may not happen in our lifetime, but we depend on people your generation and their generation to come together and shape the new Liberia. From what I can see, after 178 years, we're in our 179th year. I don't want to be a pessimist, but we have not done well. We may have done well individually to steal money, to amass wealth through government, but collectively, we have not done well. If you took guests from the West, like I do every year, when you get into Liberia, it's an embarrassment. Even if you took someone from Ghana and they went with you to Liberia, they would be shocked. How backward we are. And there seems to be no light at the end of the tunnel. There are no developmental plan. There are no plan of action for youth, for healthcare, for education, infrastructure development, electricity, the backbone of every economy. You don't have pipe-borne water for the citizens. People are still dying from cholera. This is 2025. We are 179 years old. We just completed our 178th. Now we are in our 179th. And here we are. Our University of Liberia is in tatters. The John F. Kennedy Medical Center is dilapidated. That's for another day. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, this is the closing argument. Please share the show. Make sure you are heard. We're going to read your comments in the section. Please tell us where you are tuning in from so we can send a shout out to your folks. I want to welcome all of my family members and friends from the great city of Buchanan. I want to say hi to our friends and family in Seleke Kromah, the home of the great Musa ability. We want to say hi to the folks in Foya. You have produced a president. We want to say hello and welcome to the folks from Grand Jide, Chien, Zouedru, Douazon. You have produced a president. Our folks in Artington, you have produced presidents. Our folks in Maryland County, home of the Tutmans, you have produced some of the great presidents of our all time. And one of the greatest Supreme Court Chief Justices, A. Wilson. If you are from Upper Buchanan, you have produced presidents. If you are in Basel, please visit the great Stephen Allen Benson. We are history makers, and if you are from Monserrate, you have produced tons of presidents. Now we are waiting on Nimba to produce a president. You got a vice president, though. You got a chief justice. Myean, are you the next president from Nimba?
Yes, it could be some other days in the future.
Okay.
Yes,
great.
yes.
Yes. So we are talking about the great people of Liberia. I love the city of Artington. That's the place of my homeboy Charles Taylor. I think the Colemans are from there too. Monserrate is present. There you go, Rachel. I love this Rachel. I gotta meet Rachel someday personally. I think she's cool. So we are talking about those areas that have produced some great presidents. Some great leaders. Let us not forget about Bentall. I produced William R. Tolman. Great men and women. Let us not forget about Bonnie. Produced Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Let us not forget about Ruth Perry out of Cape Mount. Let's bring in Charles, our homeboy, Mr. Sawyer. This Sawyer is from Sino. Okay, I'm hearing that the Talos are from Artington. So we are talking about great cities, great counties, great people. So what has been our problem? Why is it we are where we are? I used to admire one great woman from the Republic of Liberia. Her name was Louise C. York. Obviously, she was the president of the Missionary Society of the AME Church, so obviously I have to admire her. But you're talking about tough. A woman that believed in excellence. And all her former students from the Monrovia College days, they are all great folks. And if we go to CWA, we can say they have produced the most presidents. Let's talk about William V. F. Tubman. Let's talk about ACS. Let's talk about Cathedral, B.W. Harris, Kipamas High School, Our Lady of Fatima, Sino High School, great schools, great products. So why are we stuck? Why are we stuck? It's another topic for another day we're going to discuss. We're going to discuss politics. We're going to discuss current event. But as we speak, before I go to the newspapers around the country, Ms. Myean, you are covering events on the ground. What is transpiring? What is new? What we should know about that is not printed or are not printed in the newspapers.
Okay, so Mr. Gayman, I just like to say thank you and like to appreciate our viewers and our followers. For those of whom that are watching and will be listening on the radio a few minutes from now, I will really appreciate them if they keep sharing the show. And let me come out with this first news where the Liberia National, that's the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, break silent on this LDA chief of operation, where today the LDA suspends chief of operation over leaked audio last night or yesterday, where we leaked this audio. So from yesterday up to today, I've been receiving a lot of calls from other people asking me how you managed to get this queue, how you managed to get this leaked audio and what have you. So I told them, Liberia, we have a lot of cases that we can fight, but it's all about doing proper investigation because we can hear about these things, but to do thorough background investigation, to do thorough fast checking is very difficult. Not all Liberians will get time to go and do fast checking. Not all Liberians will get time to go down way deeper to get the information. Some of them might just hear and then just do a publication without getting the findings about this whole entire issue. So I think it is necessary that we inform our public, we inform our viewers and our listeners about this LDA issue where the chief of operation, the LDA suspended him. And also today we saw in the media there is a fight between, let me just say in this way, because that's how people
It's
call
a
it.
it's a Nima fight. Is that what it is?
That's what I want to say. That's what I want to say. That's it. So it's like it's a Nima fight. You hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. So people say it's a Nima fight because even during the just in there, that not the by election for the representative, but when the late Senator Prince Ward Johnson died, the by-election that was held in Nima County, that by-election was something that people predicted ahead of time that after this by-election there will be a little crisis within Nima, or there will be a little issue between the vice president and then the speaker Koga. People say a lot of it, and then people doubt it. So as a result of that, today we are seeing it. We are seeing back and forth between the vice president and that of Samuel Gongloe Koga in terms of this entire issue in Nima County. Because if we look at the issue about Nima County, we all see it to be something like all Libanians need to come together to support the county, not to divide the county because of political reason. Because in the past year, if you really take note of Nima County have been one of the counties within Liberia that have been united, that have been together. When they say they pushing this person, they will push you until they get something from out of you. They will push you until they see that you are successful. So when the by-election was held for the late Senator Prince White Johnson in Nima County, we saw that the vice president was forced. That's why I would say it to be like he was forced to support Onokoga because Onokoga was into the election, and then the vice president don't have anyone to push because Malaide Gongloe is from the opposition, and the vice president also from the ruling party. So you don't want to push someone from the opposition to come and win the election, and then he will not have voice over the country. That's the same thing he was escaping. And today he have already fallen into it because people are praising, people are yummy on Okoga for what is going on because people are considering him to be like a traditional politician. People are considering him to be the godfather of Nema County because most of the opposition right now they are in favor of him. They are in favor of this. So if this was in favor of the ruling party, opposition was going to be lashing at him. But because it's in the favor of the opposition, so the opposition are in favor of him. So they are yelling him for the decision in taking. And also we are seeing some account on the social media that is claiming to be the account of Onokoga. Let me make this clear out to the public. There's a Onokoga posted on his official page when he have 11,000 followers, where he posted on his official page that there's an account that he wore or wear tag. That account is not his official account. So people been seeing a lot of messages, so many texts from that account that if the people from Nima County cannot be able to look at certain things, they cannot be able to support on Okun. Because right now, as we speak, we have a lot of hierarchies, a lot of staff from Nima County. They are on the social media. They are in conversation with the vice president of Onokoga. So we also saw on the social media today Onokoga political advisor, that's Anshkon Selepo. He wrote on his official page, giving some you will say is like an ultimatum to the vice president that within 30 days, if we cannot address these issues, the senator will leave the MDR, or the
Yeah.
senator will divide between. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Yeah. So the political advisor to Koga, right now he's a member of the CMC. So his name is Anshkon Sedekwo. He won contested as a senatorial candidate in Nima County when the senatorial election was held in Nima. So in outline, that's nine things that he won the vice president to be able to do, that Onokoga and him should be able to work together. So I'll just name out a few of them. So the first
Okay.
one he outlined is the vice president should request the political leader position to the MDR, to Senator Koga now. So in giving an ultimatum that it should be done right now, wherein he gave a 30-day ultimatum that if they cannot be able to address this issue, the vice president cannot be able to overshadow the MDR. So he also, in the second one, he said ensure that Koga be the next cabinet chair for Nima County. And the next one was the third one was put US 100,000 in MDR account and allow Koga to the party for convention and retreat the party, the entire MDR. Then it came to the fourth one. He said give MDR at least 4 brand new pickup for operation.
Yep.
The fifth one, he said give Team Koga 10 presidential appointments / slot, including Arsenal Mental Bowl. Go to the sixth one. He said provide USA a 75K installation for Koga thanks the tour in Nima. Go and the other Bro and Douala. So he named the other town. And he also lists a lot of things like in the seventh count. He said read an MOU and signed that Koga and the Nima legislative caucus would decide Nima fate independently without interfering from the VP.
That's
So
correct.
he's demanding that the VP should do all of this. So let me read the eight. He said allow Koga to play the same role PYJ used to play as godfather of Nima County without any interference from VP. And the nine one is he said allow Koga to set a resolution committee, and that will resolute Nima County and give the community US 150K for its work. And he named a lot of them. So with this kind of information, he gave the vice president 30 days to accept the above item that he named out. So if the vice president cannot be able to accept it, they are not going to work with the vice president, but rather to split and then allow the Nima County people to decide who they want. And we also saw today from that video that we played earlier before the show can start, we also saw seditions. They went out at the party headquarters. According to them, the party headquarters now is now a memorial site, or what they call the party headquarters is a historical site for them, because there are so many things that they used to do within there. There are so many legacy that they left there. So as a result of that, they went to visit our former party headquarters to pay that respect, to pay that homage to the party headquarters. And also we saw again from today, we saw another trending news about recent travel issue about lawmakers leaving their country, going to another country to go and spend a whole month, so now 1 month, 2 months, they just there in another country living their life. So as a result of that, this is the kind of information we are receiving, and a lot of things, and even the LDA, the same LDA issue. So I would just like to talk on one or two where we have the Chief Justice Yami Gracie recall August 10th. So by August, the court should be open, where the second quarter of the court will be open for reassignment of legal counsel, and the attorney at law will be reassigned. So, Mr. Gamer, I'd just like to stop there. I think Chief Tomalin just in the back and doing something. So I'd just like to stop there, and then we can conclude.
Great. Thank you very much for the update, ladies and gentlemen. Do us a favor, share this show. And if you are tuning in, let us know where you're tuning in from, and we will go from there. But let me hit the different newspapers in Liberia. Let's start with the front page, Africa. It's a LGEA suspend chief of operation over alleged abuse of power. And they have on the front page, they have the photo of Mr. Payne. And it says here, Monrovia, the Liberian Drug Enforcement Agency, LGEA, has suspended its chief of operations, Abraham O. Payne, U704, after an audio recording surfaced alleging implicating him in ordering the release of his daughter, who was reportedly arrested in a ghetto. In the leaked recording, Mr. P is allegedly heard instructing a junior officer to free his daughter and threatening the officer after he refused to comply. LGA Director General Anthony K. Sewell confirmed the suspension on Tuesday, which is today, saying Mr. Payne has been referred to the Board of Internal Inquiry and Professional Standards for investigation. The LGA frowns upon such alleged actions, which is proving undermines the integrity of the agency and compromises the fight against illicit drugs, the agency said. The agency has also advised the public and all stakeholders to refrain from conducting any official business with Mr. Payne until the probe is concluded, reaffirming its zero tolerance policy on misconduct the LDA show that no officer, regardless of position or rank, is above the law. That is the release carried by Front Page Africa. Front Page Africa also has an article that says, basically, government bans shisha. Unlicensed tramadol sparks mixed review and reaction. Top officials split on the decisions. Top government official decision makers are split on the government's suspension. And it says a lot about who we are. The government of Liberia's decision to ban the sale and use of shisha and unlicensed tramadol has sparked heated debate across political and social cycles, with top officials sharply divided over whether the move was a necessary step up to protect public health or a miscalculated policy that could backfire. Basically, some are saying this was a knee-jerk reaction by this administration. It was not thoroughly thought out. The Ministry of Health last week announced a sweeping ban on the two substances, citing rising health risk and widespread use among young people. Officials describe shisha smoking as a silent but deadly health hazard, according to them, and flagged the unregulated sale of tramadol as a major driver of drug abuse, addiction, and social instability. According to the directive, shisha is now banned in all public and private venues, including bars, clubs, and homes. Violators will face immediate penalties such as arrest, license provocation, and seizure of illegal products. The ministry further emphasized that tramadol, a synthetic opioid, has become the most abused drug in Liberia, fueling violence, mental health crisis, and broken families. It stressed that the abuse of these substances threatens communities and the future of Liberian youth. So the folks are split on this. Is this the right public policy? Or because we are hearing folks complain, all of a sudden the government is banning everything? Some government officials are saying this is wrong, so there's a split. Let me welcome Mr. Nagbe. Victor Nagbe, how you doing, sir?
Yeah, Mr. Gayman, what's up? How are you? And Myean, my brother, how are you?
I'm
It's
doing
good to be
great.
with
I'm
you
doing great.
guys. Good afternoon or good evening to our audience as well. Thanks for joining us. And do share the show and let's have a good time.
Habaku Garguah, he's watching from Liberia, my nephew. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully your mother is doing well. But I am still waiting for the folks from the Unity Party to send me the news that they say there are a lot of great things happening, and we refuse to read those news. I've been waiting, Mr. Nagbe, for them to send me the link, either from the Executive Mansion website, Foreign Ministry website, Ministry of Information, wherever, send me the information. But as I scan the newspapers and social media, I'm not seeing anything that we could call home about. It has nothing to do with bashing the government. We are talking about fact. If you have it, send it to us. And our folks from California are tuning in. That's very good. See my friends from we got Minnesota in the house. We got Las Vegas in the house. We got Nima County in the house. We got Monrovia in the house. We got Buchanan in the house. Excellent. But this is where we are. And this is why those of us who like policy and institution would like to criticize and continue to criticize, because this other news that I'm about to read is going to be even more deadly. It is not from this organization, it's not from the closing argument, it's from the Republic of Liberia. And Mr. Nagbe said the new report recommend holistic approach to drug crisis, call for joint task force against drug trafficking in the Myean River area. Now, you and I know, if you were a government in waiting and you have criticized the CDC government for 6 years, and you come to power and we are headed into your 3rd year, and you are just getting a report, and the report is telling you that you need a joint task force, you need a comprehensive, then you and know this years back that to address drugs, you needed to be comprehensive, you needed to be research-based, you needed professional folks to take care of this. So how in the world now we are going into the 3rd year, and they are telling us that they just got a report? I just reminded them that this thing needs to be done holistically. And you're going to come out and say we are bashing government? Please. Let me read the first page, then I will turn it over to you here. It said, new report recommend holistic approach to drug crisis, call for joint task force against drug trafficking in the Myean River area. I'm saying this because when President Walker was vice president, he and I think the president was coming from Sierra Leone, and within the president's motorcade, they found drugs. People were smoking drugs. So how can this government tell me now that they are just finding out that we need a comprehensive? It said the new EU-backed report warns Liberia faces a drug issue. They call it, if we are talking about a drug under major apocalypse that need a holistic approach to combat. Researchers say the growing number of users, now 1 in 5 Liberian young people, is driven by unemployment, broken families, and dealers targeting school kids now. They are breaking new ground, targeting school kids. The Liberian Drug Enforcement Agency admits it is crippled by lack of resources, while civil society accuses government of hypocrisy. An expert call for treatment, education, and community action rather than punishment. In Monrovia, Liberia is facing a full-blown drug crisis according to a new report that found the reasons for the crisis are rooted in poverty, failures of post-war justice, unemployment, and the growing regional drug trade. The report says the first to look at the reasons for the growing problem recommends a holistic approach from government and partners, including creation of a regional body that can combat the growing trade. The European Union funded research undertaken by ENACT project at the Institute of Security Studies based in Nigeria, in partnership with the Liberian organization Citizens Bureau of Development and Productivity, released the research at a policy dialogue in Monrovia with members of the government, civil society, and international community. It came amid several weeks of protest and vigilantism against a drug den in Monrovia with citizens and desperate families of drug addicts and addicted youth calling on the government to act. Civil society actors have raised concern that vigilantism could lead to violence and violation of human rights and fuel distrust in the rule of law. Let me welcome Honorable Pewee and Robert Garguah. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mr. Gayman. Thank you so much. Good to be on with Mr. Nagbe and the foreign diplomat of Liberia. of our time.
Mr. Robert Garguah, you need a real phone. Get rid of that button phone.
Get rid of Huawei.
Yeah. Honorable Pewee, welcome.
Thank you. I think the new progressive will have to come to his rescue. We have to
Yes,
get Atlanta boy. We need to get Atlanta boy. We need to get Atlanta boy one brand new phone.
not a button phone. Not a button phone.
You see the boy. The boy is on rocks in his car.
That's right.
The man taking it right. I thought
my wife is driving.
The man's on rocks.
My wife was kind enough to drive while I'm on the show, so she's driving. So I'm relaxed on the show right now.
She's a very calm.
So you're telling me your phone is breaking in and out because your wife is there or the driving?
Exactly.
No, probably the bushes. I'm in the middle of the bushes.
Okay, there you go. She throwing you in the bush.
But Sylvester.
Yeah.
Sylvester, that kind of man I will get body phone?
No. Gayman was saying that probably he bought a phone from Gigacycle. You know, the guys on our website from California, they call Gigacycle, right? So where the phone is, you get signal problem.
No, Sylvester. If it's not true, I go directly to Apple. I go to the source.
It's like the iPhone and everything is saying that I get signal problem.
You can't see the signal.
Yeah, you get signal. But anyway, it's good. Good to be here, Mr. Gayman. It's a great day to just be on the show. I mean, we've been hearing a lot of news yesterday. I was not on the show, but I followed very religiously. But yeah, we're here to see how what we move today. But it's good to be on the show this evening.
Great, and let me make a public announcement.
I don't know. Is the president back in the country from Japan?
Yeah, President Ben back. I want to announce here when the show ends, it ends. We don't take the show home. Last night I got about 12 calls after the show was over, calling me at home. When the show ends, it ends. We don't carry the show home. Don't call.
You know what? Talking about that, let me say this. I got a lot of text messages and other stuff because of our discussion last night. And let me just say this to my CDC friends. I'll be as clear as I can.
What did you score last night?
Well,
the party had
I mean, you missed it.
They didn't play with him.
They didn't play with him. They didn't play with you.
They attacked the progressive?
I was taking a part. Jerome and Robert could not defend me enough. I mean, it was crazy. But let me say this. Yesterday, what I said was this, and I'll be clear. The CDC.
You can say again, look after you.
Let me say my part, and then they will go ahead and take it whichever way. I said yesterday, the CDC, the ANC, all these, we are all in the same boat. We are all opposition brethren. I said that yesterday. Then I said, the CDC deserves some tough love. Just like a parent will show their offspring, their child, tough love. Like this LDA officer should have done to his daughter. Yes, you love your child, but when they do right, you praise them. When they do wrong, you got to also chastise them. I said, the way the CDC was evicted, they seem to have been evicted and caught with their pants down. To me, that was a failure of leadership not to have anticipated what was coming and therefore not developing a plan B on how to do it.
That's not what got you in trouble. What got you in trouble is the fundraising.
The fundraising part of it, that's where I'm going. So I said to them, I saw Eugene Nagbe on another network begging for money. He shouldn't be doing that because he got money pulling out of all of his orifices. And then that, of course, Helena Flomo And all these people got on me. Now let me say this: as we're coming on air, right? There is a forum now developing over the
Sarah, Tagidu.
over the
Cyril in the background pushing fire. Go ahead.
no, pushing fire, calling out the people. So now there is a controversy developing over the exclusion of Akara's grade, and now John Ubuti apparently has asked to be removed from the list. Isn't that a management crisis we are witnessing here? But then if I say it, our guys get upset with me, they call me names, and so I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to say this to my CDC brothers and sisters. All I said was, let's tighten up our management system. I will leave it there.
Yeah, but let me say this quick. John Uboti's situation, I predicted it. I said it when I saw his name yesterday in the release, and I knew, quite frankly, either he was going to go quietly and announce that he'd be removed, because John Uboti he's out to do business with the current government. He would not allow his name politically. we signed enough to understand he would not allow his name to be there while he want to do business with get some contracts and other business. He's a business person. And the one thing I want to call on a lot of politicians in the country: if you want to be into politics, be an independent money boy. If you are not an independent money boy, you cannot take a side in Liberia politics. Other than that, the government will twist you up. They will arm twist you. But again, I don't want to take us back to yesterday's discussion. But I will say this relative to the whole CDC saga. We've come in with this plan now. Probably they say that something can be already wrong. Right? Already again wrong, so they can be already wrong.
But as you're continuing, though, as you're continuing,
right?
As you're continuing, Sylvester, don't you confirm what I just said? Don't you look? How long did it take you to realize that John Ubuti will not want to serve on the committee? How long did it take you? 2 seconds. You think a good manager would not have realized that before putting his name on the committee? Isn't that what I was saying yesterday?
Look, Mr. Nagbe, I've said it here. This is day number 2. I said it. I say Janga Ko has to resign. Jefferson Koji has to resign, because if you are running a premier club and your club is relegated, they do not carry you to bring that club back. You have to go. The management is bad.
No. If the club is relegated because the president and the board of directors did not support the club, the manager wouldn't be in problem.
Nope. Listen. We hire you to keep our team to win the Premier League. If you can't do it,
I don't want to
gone.
I don't want to slip my thought on this quickly. Let me just say
go ahead.
On this whole saga yesterday.
Yes.
I believe sincerely that the CDC as a political institution and a grassroots-based political institution is unfortunate to find herself where they are now. But I'm sincerely convinced that this government also, there's some major political manipulation here. Certain situations seriously.
Of course.
Those things behind the same got politically motivated. Now, the Supreme Court did rule on this case, and Supreme Court is more supreme in terms of our jurisprudence than the lower court. The Supreme Court ruled on them while they said that the police is still moving to enforce. The enforceability is not a problem, but if the Supreme Court already ruled on this, how now you want to come and enforce a lower court ruling? That's more my problem. Now, listen, I would say this: the CDC should have done this ever since before now, and I will a little bit say ever since before now, not to buy that party headquarters, because my information is that the party headquarters been in dispute for many years. Remember, the CDC was evicted before from that very same party headquarters. They were evicted in 2007, 2008. They got evicted. It's the second time. Now, I think this time around it's going to be final, but they got evicted before. So I thought there should have been some plan to secure somewhere for the party, or more or less. But I think the government's playing some hand beyond this. And again, everywhere in the world, where politics is changing, the government will manipulate certain situations. But again, now that we find ourselves here and seeing names, the way the party is moving now, and as I stated, something can make a little wrong. You see, the president released statement yesterday that they're going to be having a brand new party headquarters in a year time. So meaning, if the blind man says, I'm going to stone you, he already got the rocks in his hand. But what I'm trying to say here is that it's unfortunate that it had to end this way for the party. And some of those guys that do have they got some personal ties with the party. There are some folks, and that's what I was talking to Tomalin the last time about. There are some folks they see the party as their religion. There are some folks in Liberia that see the party as their religion. Now, one of them lamented, and I fear his lamentation, if you will. He lamented about the sycamore tree. And I came close to sobbing, right? When he said that this is what kept us moving. Some of them don't have jobs. Some of them will go to the party headquarters to pay their allegiance to this party. They will sit there from 6 in the morning. Sometimes they will leave on our party headquarters going to 12 a.m. or even sleep there. They will congregate. It was a convergent point for them. It's a kind of and that's why yesterday when I heard this on Saturday, I felt a little bit emotional, on a serious note. It's a convergent point for them. It was what they will go and seek solace. And then their leaders, he told me their leaders, they thought that place was going to be a home for them for many years. So hundreds of young people will go. I mean, normally you drive, you see them. And that's why even that place was not only area for them to go. Quickly I will learn here. That area was also a place for local business women, young women, will go and sell their kobo. They was doing business there every day. They were surviving there by just doing business on that ground. To see them leave the way they left. They hurt other people. Myself, I'm hurting on that, right? But again, the party will just have to muster up the courage. And for me, there's no time to criticize that. Muster up the courage and governors support and move and bring hope back. But that's a grassroots party. They shouldn't have allowed that to happen to the young people.
Let me welcome St. Tomalin George, the father of the student movement in the Pennsylvania area. Yesterday was check-in day, so you got to go check those girls in. How you doing, young man? How you feel? How the girls doing?
Yes, thank you, man. Everybody, thanks a lot. Yeah, you know that my first experience with my kids. To go to move straight because I had to come from Rhode Island. My flight, I came from Rhode Island around about 6 or 7 o'clock. My flight was 5 o'clock. Landed at the airport. Came from Boston, Logan Airport, straight from the airport straight to get my daughter, and we started the journey to the university, and then went there, and you know this apparently what they do. My first time, those who have sent kids to college, they have the students there waiting to receive them. The student will help you. They bring the big bin and take your stuff in the car and help you take it to your room. And she's on the 4th floor, and they were taking the student. They had the RAs, residential advisors there, to take them from there and take them to the room, and you get to meet your roommate. It's a very, very good experience, you know, and seeing it. And the child is happy, but then it's that bittersweet movement when you realize that she's been with you all her life, and then she's about to be alone, you know. And all night she was texting me last night and this morning, and said she. But I know she'll be okay. She'll be fine, and I was happy. And somebody said just starting. You got about 2 more girls to do this, and in line. Next year another one. The following year another one. So get ready. I said, well, this is a good experience for me the first time, but I pray that all will be well, and I trust that she'll make a lot of good members there. Well, with that, let me just give the good news for a closing argument. Officially, I want to say thanks to Professor Kennedy. We have a website now, tcaliberia.org. tcaliberia.org is our website, and he has built that. He spent almost 9 hours on the weekend building the website for us. The website will be officially launched in the coming days, but you can go there and check it out now. The domain tcaliberia.org, and we're gonna be a lot of stuff will happen with the website. People can use to advertise, pay money to advertise on the website. What a death announcement, graduation, reunion, everything, and so forth. And again, we have all legal documents now, thanks to the Dean of the Cabinet, Ambassador Pewee, Peabody. Guys have been working very hard. We are legal registered in the United States of America. We have 501c status. We will soon be putting our financial information on the website, and so that people can go there and contribute, and it will be transparency, so you can see that you're not giving to somebody's personal phone, you know. And then also too, people is in Liberia, and yesterday we were able to make sure that all our staff in Liberia were paid up to date. They're all paid up to date, and our team, our guys trying to make sure they get into the field mode. They all have their gadgets to work with, and we're sending a team to Buchanan. I think our team is going to Bassa on Thursday for some assessment and so forth. But the guys, at least we're able to get hire two more people to do a lot of stuff for us in Liberia. It's not an easy thing to keep it going, to run a platform and then at the same time have people on the ground giving you news and so forth. Some challenges there, but we are making progress and we are expanding so that by the time we come to next year, I can show you all that will be bigger. And then with the website being launched now, we're gonna expand more and more, and we're gonna continue to expand. I'll do our best, because at the end of the day, you want to be as we're running a platform, you want to be independent, try your best to be in the middle. Not for the panelists can have their own side, but the reason why is we gotta be very careful how we measure our discussion, how we talk. So people call you from all sides, you know? Like the CDC crisis. I'm talking to CDC officials. I talked to them, and I know they're working on something, and they will be making a major appearance on the closing argument soon. A very strong team of CDC, top CDC officials coming very soon, and so forth. But like people said, you know, during the weekend we had a lot of news coming back and forth. But my take on the CDC crisis is very short. Is that I told people in the UP government, I said, look, what you guys did, there's a party that have been existing for 20 some more years, and the history and the memory, you just started to just demolish it, regardless of what happened. Like somebody, like you're right, Mr. Gayman, you and Mr. Nagbe, yesterday, the politics, right? When into politics, the goal of Unity Party is to ensure that CDC is dismantled.
Yeah.
Because the CDC are the threat to the existence hold on to power. So when in that position, what you try to do in politics, how politics is all about, try to outsmart your opponents and take them out of the game, and that's the goal. But what we're getting to find out is that some official CDC that personally now playing they are trying to leave CDC because they're under pressure. I won't call it as an official right now who I know he been saying things, because if he don't do it, they will come after him. What happened in America now? See what happened in America now? Our board just using all kind of orders. I think he tried to move the Federal Reserve later today. They must say, I'm not resigning. I will stay there. I will take you to court. You have not tried to remove me. And he's sending troops over. So that was happening. People are using force to do. They will come and say, Mr. Gayman, we got evidence on what we got on you. They start attacking CDC now, whatever the case. And you want to do it because you're afraid. But all I can say, look, the deputy speaker got to be careful. I won't be surprised before the end of the year or next year, his friends will remove him too, to go after him. You got to be very careful. And the first thing election have just started. 2029 election have started. And you will see more action. Certain things we've been told to keep quiet on it, because we got to make sure that it's authentic before we come with it. But I can say that election have started. The battle have started. So Nagbe, I said yesterday, I think you were my MVP yesterday. You came out strong. That's how opponents will talk. Be fearless, you know. Somebody who is fearless and say as it is. You know, what I like about you you don't bite your tongue, you know. That's it, you know. But the UP didn't do seriously well. The president arrived from Japan empty-handed. He with nothing. That's the first thing. And they asked him the question about CDC, and he said, and his response tells you that he was behind this whole thing. Yeah, it's nothing like rocket science to find out whether he was behind or not. It shows he was behind it. They're behind it, and that's their goal. And those who are on video
Okay.
I'll tell you, I'll let you know before the weekend who will be the Minister of State. You'll be shocked, but you'll hear the news, you know. We'll break the news here.
Okay.
Most people will be shocked, but I'm telling you, but that's the president's decision. So I want to say thanks to everybody, and let us continue to do our best. The 2029 election have already started. It will be a battle of for the soul of Liberia. It will be a fight. We'll continue. We'll just to be there to be part of it. Our platform will be available. And this weekend, there's a possibility that we'll be interviewing a high-profile government official, a very high-profile government official, one of the top leaders of the country this weekend. Hopefully, we'll conclude with the arrangement. Hopefully by Thursday or Friday. So look forward to that. But again, guys, let's have a good show, man.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. If you're tuning in, we are on it.
But Mr. Gayman, look at Tomalin came to give us the whole show over now.
Listen,
I'm running some stuff down, man.
The boss man just giving you an overview.
Yeah.
Okay, just a little taste of it.
A lot of these happen, Bravo. A lot of these happen on the weekend, but you know, I own a business. We do 5 days. All got left here, you know.
Raul is saying, you're causing Koga and the vice president having problem now.
It's all right.
But that's good. That's good that they're having problem. But the problem, this is a small part of the problem. Wait until a year leading to 2029. Y'all will see plenty of things happening.
Mm-hmm.
But Mr. Gayman, let's get to the topics, man.
Yes, listen. And I'll say this again, and I will say it here. Whatever we say as panelists, we do not speak for the organization. We do not speak for the management of this organization. What we say here is our own opinion. We are responsible for it. If the TCA wants to make a decision or want to make an official statement, it will come from the leadership, the CEO, and the management of the team. What we say here belongs to us. It's our, and I will say it again. This is day number 3. I am calling for the resignation of Kowo, the leadership of the CDC, including Jefferson Koji. These are incompetent men that have ruined this party to where it is. If those of us that come from corporate America knows, if you bring my corporation down to this level, we got to have a change in leadership. And I have a message for the president, President Nyenwolo. President Nyenwolo, you got defeated because one of the main reasons why you got defeated is your failure to fire and remove incompetent folks. You didn't reshuffle your administration for 6 years. This is a mirror and it faces you in the face, Mr. President, Mr. Former President. Garguah is incompetent. The Secretary General, under whose auspices this party broke down, is Jefferson Koji. He needs to go. You cannot take their failed leadership and take them to a new ground where people need new ideas and new blood. President Nyenwolo, your failure to shuffle people got incompetent people in your government for 6 years that got you to where we are. And today we are seeing it's rearing its heads. Get rid of Kowo. Get rid of Koji. Take the party to a convention. Let the people choose a new leadership. The new headquarters should not be built on this rotten foundation. And that is my take. And I will pass it on to Mr. Nagbe. Mr. Nagbe, we are talking about the report on the drugs. The administration said today they got a report finally that said the drug should be addressed holistically. I am shocked that it came to power with no idea, an iota. Yes, they were cussing and criticizing the CDC for importing drugs, and they had nothing. Yeah, it is. Yes.
You want to talk to Chairman Ben before you leave this?
Yes, Chairman Ben. Chairman Ben, when we are talking here, we address Liberian politics, Liberian issue. We discuss ANC, we discuss the True We Party, we discuss CMC, we discuss CDC.
Why you worry about the People Party?
Yes, we are here to tell you what is wrong with everybody. Don't we hear every day that CMC got problem? Don't you tell us? Don't you got criticized? Musa Benete is on the menu every day. So while we are here, we are balanced. We discuss it. We'll tell you as it is. If you like it, that's fine. But from a leadership perspective, from an institutionalist like me, if the leadership collapses at this level, we got to have a change in leadership. President Weah was a victim of keeping the folks on. I said, Nagbe, we are pulling them under the rabbit holes. Come on.
I know, right? But you know, since Chairman left the region and he met with Muhammad order, right now he get equal. We can't even see the man anymore. He doesn't call, he doesn't come. You know, but it'll be good to see him this week. It's good to see you, Chairman. It's good to hear from you. Dr. Peabody. It's good to also know you're doing well. Take it easy out there. Chief, congratulations, my man, on the girl. I read your post. You know, I could feel how you were feeling. Bittersweet. I believe that's how you said that. You know, you want them to leave, but you don't want them to leave. You know, and so I know you had a moment yesterday, and we all missed you on the show, but congratulations. I'm sure Philistine will do well. She will make you proud. You know, congratulations to you and the mother as well, and the entire family. Congratulations to TCA as well. The platform is moving up. Yeah. The platform is moving up. Congratulations to everyone who was helpful in getting this done. Congratulations. You called some of the names, Larry and Sylvester, and I believe Peabody, and all of you guys, congratulations. We're very proud of you. But let me talk to Jerome about, you know, this UP government, right? This is the government this is their third run around the circle, right? They did this 2 terms under Madam Sirleaf. And I can say that the drug problem was already with us. They were aware of this problem. They got in the streets and put fire under the CDC because they claimed they had the solution. They were going to come in and deal with it. Just like Trump has a solution for everything. He will do everything within 24 hours. He will solve the Ukraine war within 24 hours. And now he's been there almost 6-7 months in. He still hasn't found a solution. So the UP government, they've been in this task force. There is already a task force that the president announced, I think, in the State of the Nation, right? Which included top government agencies and ministries, finance, health, and all these people. And so I'm confused here. This, you know, this whole idea of looking to task force to find the solution, I think they're looking where the solution isn't. This is the failure of leadership. I understand this gentleman who all of us were talking about yesterday and finally got suspended. I understand this is not the first suspension. You know, I mean, if you listen to his own comments, you will understand that he is a repeat offender. He's done this before and gotten away with it. You know, and so for the UP government to have finally found Jesus on this drug issue, and now they're taking a robust stand against, you know, the LDA people. Well, congratulations, but we're not impressed because we still haven't seen any real solution being put to us. In the meantime, our young people are languishing, people are dying, families are being torn apart. While, they sit in their plush offices and, twiddle their fingers looking for solution. So good luck to them. But at least, I'm always told not to say, not to give did well trophy, but at least they suspended somebody yesterday for what happened. So congratulations, I guess we should say that.
For attendance, just showing up.
For attendance, yeah, you get an award for
Not performance, but just showing up.
I'm passing it on back to you, Jerome.
Let me welcome Truth in Ink, hashtag Truth in Ink. And Theola Gibson, the first time Theola Gibson didn't get upset with me. The first time she didn't get upset with me, my homegirl from Kipama, my first time she didn't get upset. Hey, Ink, how you doing there, young man? I know you are.
Yeah.
You kind of saddened, you look down. It's all right. We're here to uplift you. Don't feel bad. You in the history book. You are the first political party that got demolished live on international TV. So Liberia in the Guinness Book of Record as the country with the most fraudulent votes, and the CDC is going down in history as the political party that was demolished live on Facebook, on TikTok, on everything. So welcome. Are you there, or the black your? Are you there? Truth in Ink.
I think he's driving.
He's driving. Okay. Let me go to Mr. Gongloe. Mr. Gongloe, welcome. Our statistician.
Thank you, Mr. Gayman. I'm happy to be here today.
Let me interrupt and congratulate Mr. Gongloe for joining my call. Congratulations, brother. Let's in a thunderous chorus. Let's call for an audit of the legislature now. Let's do it. Thank you for joining.
I'm not too sure.
Gongloe joined the CMT already?
Wait a minute. Why is it every time?
But Gayman, I thought you were reaching out to me.
Yeah, but look at it. There's somebody tapping your phone. Go ahead, Ink. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you try to comfort me with a big stick, my man. I don't understand your comfort.
Okay.
As opposed to you giving me a walk.
My man, Gregory Thomas took your phone away.
I will give you carrot next time. Bring carrot for you. Go ahead.
Yeah, but look. The institution might be going through a very challenging period and all of that. But oftentimes there is a reawakening from controversial issue. Now, CDC lost the election. Obviously, there was a lot of scattering, dismantling of the thing. So I think they needed something to reawaken them, something to rally the base. And unfortunately, it had to take a painful experience like that. But I think eventually, what that's going to do now is that it's going to rally the base, because first of all, the mere breaking ground of its own headquarters, the completion of that headquarters, its dedication. All of those runs into election period. Because you see, elections are won by the party that get the momentum. And those are incidents, you might look at it symbolically, but those are incidents that provide the momentum that will bring your base together, give them hope again, particularly so when the UP is in its own challenge and stuff like that. Because, of course, when CDC left power, many of its members and people were, rated the party off, it's finished, it's dead, it's done. People were leaving, people were this and that. Now you broke their home, a home that they have a lot of emotional attachment to. They believe that it was politically motivated. So now that is a rallying point, and that is important. So yeah, and you mentioned about the issue about we are getting rid of people. First of all, I don't know whether that's how it runs in your party, but within CDC, the standard bearer does not have the authority to remove anybody off the executive committee because they were elected. However, I do agree with you when it comes to institutional assessment that having lost an election, now we lost a party headquarters, even those people at the top of leadership, that includes myself, are not to be blamed, but they must take some form of responsibility. That is why I have called for a mini convention so that the party can go and do a reassessment. Maybe it's not on the individuals who occupy these positions, but in terms of evolving a new approach. Because and like I said, as we build a new party, we must build a new mentality. That's an article that I'm releasing tomorrow. We must build a new mentality. We must build a new culture. Because the Liberia that exists now was different than the Liberia that existed when CDC was established. It was one where the people had come from war and they wanted anything else. We as CDC have run the country for some time. It has its record to deal with. Of course, then you have new players coming on the scene. So, of course, we must adapt a new approach. We must adapt a new strategy. And that is why a mini convention is critical. Not necessarily to say, look, Peter, you leave, Paul, you leave, but also to evolve a new strategy that confronts and deal with the issue. For example, the party has seen some of its most important soldiers leaving the party. How do you confront that? What do you deal with them? Do you deal with them as adversary, or do you deal with them? You transform them into an extension of your objective that eventually you can bring back. We see new party coming up. The Musa ability once a supporter or sympathizer of CDC got a new arrangement coming up. How do we go through that with these new players? Do we create a situation where they remain as partners eventually as we go along the way? And all of those different situations that require, I agree with you, require an organizational assessment that in political party we call a mini convention. And and I strongly support that. If that would mean that we review the roles of the Niger Executive Committee, because of course only a convention that can happen, considering that these people were duly elected, protected by the laws of the party, and Mr. We are or anybody else cannot just remove them. But for the sake of the institution, its forward march, its ultimate objective of wanting to take state power, there is a need to go to that process. Sometimes people call it retreat, mini convention, or whatever. There must be a meeting of the mind that will take critical decisions, that will take something new, so that the Liberian people themselves, even our partisans, say, yes, I think our people are ready. And I think that would be a good way of opening up it, because you can build new walls. If you don't build new mentality, those walls will only exist as bricks and not a shield for giving you what you want. With regard to, let me just end this on the Koga and Kun thing. I think what is happening now to most people is belated. Everybody expected that would have happened. And Kun himself knew. I think he only, that is why politicians oftentimes they become power can make people drunk. Kun knew forever that Coca would have never accepted him as the quote-unquote leader of maybe Nima County or how they can call it, Godfather. So he would never accepted that. Kun has now 100% been accepted. In fact, a lot of the people believe that Kun Shok got his way to prominence. They believe they have earned that spot. Prince Johnson put him there with all thinking CDC to help him and prepare. So he's not really one of those persons who they think deserve to be where he is. And Kun knew that Coca would never accept him. And I think that fight expresses the actual feeling of each other. And look, no cosmetic dressing can do that. But ultimately, I don't see a reconciliation of a single purpose between those two men. And it just reflects what is happening in Nima County. Nima County will never ever be able to vote as a black again. So you're even wasting your time when you got that ability there evolving and other people. So Nima County will not give that block vote as they did before, regardless of the fact that they think Kun is a step to the presidency, but it's not going to happen.
Thank you. Mr. Kehleboe Gongloe, I'm here to introduce the new CDC, brand new CDC. At the head of the new CDC is Janga Cole. At the head of the new CDC is Jefferson Koji. And then the people say, oh, but I thought they were the same old team and the new team here. So they know. So, Mr. Statistician, what is the probability of the old CDC being the new CDC winning anything new in Liberia?
Well, Gayman, here is my comment. I'm not sure you're gonna like that comment.
Go ahead.
I know you are one of those who, for your own reason, joined the CDC. I wouldn't have joined CDC at the time you joined CDC, but you did. You know, you and Tomalin, George, and others. You all did. I wouldn't have joined CDC at the time you guys joined CDC. Okay? I don't know what went into your heads. You all did that. But I respect your choice. But yeah, what I will say today, if you look at the CDC today, I don't have much fish to fry in the Ghana CDC. I've not even read our bylaws and constitution. I don't know how they operate. I know it's a public institution, but it's open to the public, but it's a membership organization. People who have rights to vote are people who are members of the institution, and you're once a member. I don't know whether you have completely left it, but I would say as a vice chair for administration for the CMC, I think you should focus on rebranding the CMC. Because I sent something in the chat room, and I told you should probably play on this channel. The Jeremiah Kun and his operatives in Limba, the statement on the made in Manchester United, the UK, about the Islam being a good religion, and they could use that to whatever leverage in Liberia, is playing. The guys have captured that, and they're accusing your party leader of promoting Islam and having the ambition to do so. I don't agree with that, but that's something CMC should be dealing with now, as opposed to have losing sleepless night on an internal issue of the CDC. Okay, and I think it's a wrong strategy. And this strategy,
Excuse me, Robert Garguah, you eating, man? Come on, go to the
I think it's a wrong strategy. But I'm not surprised.
If you're chewing, cut your
I'm
camera
not
off.
surprised that you guys are having a strategy, because if you look on the screen, you see Mr. Victor Nango, who was a senior advisor to Cummings. Cummings' approach in the CPP was to recruit for Unity Party and other constituent members of the CPP, even though they were all considered opposition. And I see the same advice, the same strategy being played by CMC to target only opposition, to recruit for opposition, which is a formula for disaster. And ANC got a result in the election, because it was not just that they were framing all the way, but they were also framed as being a desperate organization that was even recruited from within the opposition. And I think CNC is dangerously treading the same path. You should watch those steps. But I'll come back to this. I'll pick on what Ahmed said, Seleke said earlier. You know, if I were a strategist for the CDC, I would think that the loosening of the headquarters was the best thing that ever happened to CDC. You know what? Because CDC has got a narrative that this was not a fair legal process. They have been on the property for 20 years or plus, and they have been dealing with family feud. The Bernard family, Chief Bernard on one hand, and then so on the other hand. They've been dealing with that. And they have managed here for 20 years. How can, upon Unity Party taking power, this issue exacerbated to the extent of loosening it? They have a very good narrative. If I'm a strategy for the CDC, I would say, be dancing. In fact, this is the best thing that happened to CDC. Like CDC said, if the guys move to launch a new headquarters by 2027, that will be the launch of 2029 official campaign. Unity Party economy will crumble, because you know what? They will they'll go around the country. And we all know, economists will agree with you. Even in the United States, during presidential year, investors hold back their money because they don't know what tax policy the new administration will pursue, what economic policy the new administration will pursue. So in every country, when the politics heighten and people are talking or zekwe, investors hold back because they don't know what is next. If investors do not like uncertainty. So if by 2027, in fact, 2029 is playing now. But if it is heightened by 2027, and we are in his banks start going around the country, Unity Party will be spending out of budget much more than they are doing now, and the economy will just fall flat. And that will help them in 2029. I can say that. So if I'm CDC advisor, I would say that's the best thing that happened to you. Go and start dancing.
So let me,
Yes,
Mr. Gayman, I think.
Robert, 1 minute. Let me welcome Mr. Anthony Gay, our senator in waiting from Grand Jita County. How you doing, young man?
Thank you very much. Good evening to everyone.
Great. Robert, you were in flight.
Yeah, so I like to say that I don't always agree with Mr. Gongloe,
I wonder why.
but
Why you
because
always
Mr.
agree with me?
because Mr. Gongloe,
Mr. Gongloe, let the man
because
land before
because no,
Joma, when did
But
Joma
now
Jala
it's
come here?
nothing to what I suspect
yeah,
for
but
no reason.
I'll answer your question, Mr.
Joma
Gongloe.
Jala will soon come. Just please leave him alone. Go ahead.
I'll answer your question if I'm allowed to.
Go ahead.
I don't always agree with you because you are very radical. And to be radical is not a bad thing, but to be a radical militant, it's not good for a country like Liberia. Such as when you talk about we need a radical revolution in the form of a militant takeover.
But
Like
he didn't
like
he
so.
didn't he didn't say that today
Oh
though.
no,
Yeah,
not
you need to talk about
today.
the military state
Not
today.
not today. So he asked me why I don't always agree with him, and I'm answering his question with regards to why I don't always agree with them. So I'm a young progressive, and I believe that part of the reason why Liberia is where Liberia is today is that our fathers and our grandfathers were not mature enough to sit on the table to disagree, agree to disagree, and to use the institutions that are available to express grievances for redress. In as much as the Unity Party has proved that indeed in Liberia, the president is so powerful to the point where the president can influence the other two branches of government at the highest level, even at the detriment of our constitution. I still believe deeply that those institutions should always be where we consider a redress when it comes to legal and constitutional issues. But he could not have said what he said any better. I think to be clear, I think he spoke very well. This is the first time I heard Mr. Gongloe speak so well to the point where I think each of us on this platform, irrespective of our disagreement, our political disagreement with the CDC, I think should commend him for what he just said. And I will also agree with Siddiqui. Listen, CDC has been in at a party for 20 years. I think it says something about the party leadership, and even though we all have issues with the way CDC led when they were given the opportunity for national governance. But this is not an irresponsible party with regards to maintaining a political headquarters, even if it were not their own, for 20 something years with no issues, no issue with regards to paying rent, no issues, even though there were internal issues with the multiple owners of the place. CDC were able to maintain their place. So I think it's unfair when we question the leadership of CDC. You don't have to like George Weah. Listen, the problem that I have sometimes is we make politics so personal sometimes. You don't have to like George Weah to objectively say, unlike all the other political parties, including the current ruling party that have been around for more than CDC. Remember, Joseph Boakai has 40 something years experience and he ran on that experience. And perhaps that experience partially got him elected. But Joseph Boakai and Unity Party have not been able to maintain a party for 20 years. They cannot say that. CDC did that, Mr. Jerome. And the fact that they are having all of these problems now, only after only after Unity Party ascended to their second 6 years in office after 12, is indicative that this is politically influenced. So this could possibly be the best thing that happened to them. Look, it may seem cloudy right now. It may seem dark right now. It may seem like, you know what, we are disappointed and all of that, but the way CDC approached this, the way they handle this, and I think they started on the right footing. They started on the right footing. Listen, we're not going to grieve. We're not going to wait for the Supreme Court. We're not going to fight this in court continuously. But we will start a process of once and for all establishing our own party. If you looked at how much CDC has spent in that location, outside of just rent, right? Constructing all of these different buildings on that land, they probably have spent more than 1 point something or $2 million. It won't cost them this much to build their own headquarters. This will be a place for citizens to call their own. They don't have to worry about being evicted. Other parties cannot say that, including the ruling party. The ruling party can be evicted today. The ruling party can be evicted after they lost the election come 2029. If CDC are able to put forth a new headquarters in 2027, entering the political year come 2028, 2029, I think they will be able to control the narrative. Lastly, I want to say this. I would agree with Mr. Jerome and Mr. Nagbe on this. When you put forth a committee, with names, you will think that they've done their due diligence. And this is my issue. And I will be very clear. I got plenty of friends in CDC to the point where people have accused me of being a seditionist, but I'm not. That's the fact. But sometimes the decisions that are made, it just seems completely off. Why must you go to the public embarrassment of anyone requesting that name to be removed of a committee had you contacted them initially before making the announcement? You would think that all of the names on that list were contacted and they were given that consent to say, go ahead, I won't be part of that committee. Just because someone is on a committee or part of a political party does not mean that they cannot work with the government. But this is the mindset
Robert,
in Liberia. Yes.
information, Robert. When you fill up the CDC membership form, I don't know about other political party. At that point, you commit yourself. You agreed to be prepared at all and any time to perform
Man,
duties.
that's not an excuse, man. That move,
No,
I
yes.
come in. Wait
No,
for me now. Wait for me.
let me land real
that
quick.
move on, man.
Wait for me now.
But you already
Excuse
made
me.
the point.
Listen.
Robert,
Let me land. You made the point.
he said point of information. Go ahead,
Okay.
Seleke, real quick.
Yeah,
Seleke, go ahead.
Yeah, the man want correct my information. I mean, I'm saying
go ahead,
to you,
go ahead.
I'm not excusing why a president will not be consulted for anything. But I'm saying to you, when you sign the CDC membership form, you consent to those things. There could be emergency. There could be days you agree to provide your service at the request of the party at any time. So the National Executive Committee, through the Office of the Political Leader, consider that agreement and looking at the issue of urgency. This was a political crisis. The party was in disarray. The politicians were crying. I'm saying to you,
appoint them. Period.
no, my man, there's not government yet. The political party, our political party get away with it.
Yeah, government in waiting.
It's a loose thing, right?
Robert.
But not lose, not be lose. I'm saying to you, when you sign a membership form,
information considered. Let's move on.
So
yeah, when
so
you go to credit card and you agree to all the terms and conditions on it, that's what I'm telling you.
No. Siddiqui, as an executive member,
Does that include without your consultation as well?
As an executive member of the
I'm
CDC,
sorry?
No, Mr. Yeah.
Sorry.
As an executive member of the CDC and as a dear brother, I don't think you did yourself justice for even making that kind of flimsy excuse. Just because you're a member of a party and you signed to be a
No,
member of the party,
I'm just telling you about the party.
but what I'm saying is, before an appointment is made, before the leadership of the party put together a committee for a particular project, you would think, and it's customary and it's professional, to make phone calls to say, you are being considered for this particular committee on the construction of the new party's headquarters. It's a professional thing to do. So to say that because I have signed on as a citizen, somehow
No, that's
means
just
that
signing on as a city show. I'm telling you, what
Gayman,
specific
you gotta
phrase
take on the
that
show,
you
man, so we
sound.
can move
Yeah,
on.
but
well,
Ahmed, what I'm saying is, Ahmed, point is.
Robert Land, let me
Thank
move
you.
on.
Point is taken, but again, it's not the way you do things. And by the way,
Okay,
this is not
all right.
just you. This is not just
Well,
unique to
anyway,
cities. But let me
we're in a
land now,
crisis
Ahmed.
mood, bro.
So,
We're in a
Ahmed,
crisis
this
mood.
guy is a national
Okay.
executive committee member.
But let me
He's a
land now.
president.
Robert, please land so we can
Yes,
move on.
Go ahead, my brother. Sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you. But this is not just unique to CDC. The last time the executive mansion put out a list of new appointed government officials, and one of my sister's name was on that list, and had no idea she was on the list. Someone called her and said, "Oh, you got appointed," and she said, "Are you sure?" She had to go on the e-mansion Facebook page to get the confirmation. This is unprofessional. If you appoint me without my knowledge, I would decline the job. Unfortunately, we live in an environment where a lot of people don't have the luxury of saying, listen, I'm not going for that nonsense. So again, you save the party the embarrassment by ensuring that those on the committee have already been consulted with and they have consented to it, so that when the list is released, you don't have people coming up protecting their own what you might call it, saying, listen, I want my name taken off the list because I need to protect my own businesses with the current government. It's BS. Lastly, Mr. Gayman, this is a testament for CDC. And I'm hoping that George Weah and the leadership of the CDC, I'm hoping they're watching. In as much as I want competent Liberian appointed, competent Liberian must be appointed. The president must be wise. But the president made a mistake here. The president went above and beyond to extend favor to individuals that just did not have, they didn't have his loyalty. Not only did not have his loyalty, they were not competent enough to get the job done. So all of this is happening after CDC is not in power. And there's this thing that says, you know who your true friends are when you have nothing to offer them. You know who your true friends are. You know people who will still call you Mr. Gayman, people who will still consider you as a brother, as a sister, when you're not in a position of power to offer them favors. Those are your real friends. And I hope CDC and the president understands now who their real friends are, so that when they are given the opportunity again to serve, they are surrounded by real friends. They are surrounded by competent people and people who will criticize them in the interest of the country. Not these self-aggrandizement, greedy idiots.
Thank you. Let me welcome Seleke Kromah. Mr. Kromah, how you doing there, sir?
Doing good, Mr. Gayman.
Great. Thank you.
And good evening, everybody.
Good. Mr. Anthony Gay, again, those of us who come from the core institutionalists, we will never be anything in Liberia because, first of all, the institutions that I come from, they have something called a nominating committee. That is the committee that goes out and vet people. And then after they have done all that, they submit it to the CEO and say, these are the names, these are the people. They have met all the requirements as set out by the Constitution or the CDC or the ANC or whatever. They have met all the requirements, and now you can choose. And this is how it usually works. Well, when you say these things, the people think you are against the party, but this is how structure works. You talk to us about this. I don't know who put out that list, but in the past 3 weeks, we saw some competent young guys on here, Deputy Minister for Education, Deputy Minister for Public Works. Those people were brilliant. I didn't see any of those names on that list. Maybe, I don't know why, but I think it was a blunder on whoever made the list.
Especially the Deputy Minister of Education. I like it.
Everybody can make
I kind of like your presentation. But
you can mislead the audience on this matter. This is a special committee, right?
Exactly.
And you put your based on that.
Let's see.
But hold on. Let me make my point.
Mr. Gongloe, you don't have the floor.
So what will you say of other people in CMC? They have appointment you guys made in CMC. That some of us who are not CMC members, we thought maybe those people should be.
Listen. You don't have the floor, Mr. Gay. Go ahead.
You're misleading the audience. That's what we have to do.
Listen, it's your opinion. You are entitled to that. So who are Mr. Gay? Go ahead.
All right. So I think what we ought to do here is, we got to give other people the opportunity. Even if you disagree with what the host is saying or the co-host is saying, ask for time to rebuttal that.
So your own, you say time for time,
the best thing to do for any institution is to not embarrass yourself in the public. Look, even me, I've served on a couple of committees with the ANC in the diaspora here, and I can tell you, I will reach out to. I was called, I will ask if I was willing to, contribute, and I accepted, and I did so. I didn't just see my name, I was not just added to a group chat. That is the best thing to do. Reach out to the individual. We have seen even government appointees that name is posted, and then time for confirmation, they get, recall and other different things. Look, save yourself the embarrassment. Do your due diligence. This is the opportunity for CDC, like Mr. Gongloe said, to rally around each other, to galvanize themselves and seize the moment and bring back their partisan and gain the momentum they want and do the right thing. But this opportunity can also, it's a dual-edged sword for CDC. If you mismanage that, also your party can go down the drain easily. And so this narrative we have been seeing from administration to administration, like, you are government in waiting. You got to be very careful as to how you conduct yourself, how you go about, executing things, publishing people new who are not vetted, who are not aware. Even if they're not even aware, that in itself is even embarrassing than not even vetting them properly. The reason of doing these things is to save yourself the embarrassment. Is to make sure you bring out people who will serve you in the best way possible. And this whole issue of, putting people on the list just so they can be on the list kind of thing, I think we have a nation now that is about 178 years old now of independence, and we're still doing things like their major political party are doing things. This is not something that should just be swept under the rug. They need to be held accountable for that, because they are trying to come back to office and they are doing the same kind of thing. It is embarrassing. That's all I want to say to that.
Thank you, Mr. Seleke. Today we see
you were abandoning today. We are spectators.
Yo, Azambo, you're abandoning neo-progressive. The man,
no, go ahead. I listen.
Neo-progressive, the glasses you wearing, you know different.
Neo-progressive, I must protect you too, my brother.
Seleke, I'm coming to you. 1 minute, okay? My error.
Neo-progressive, you are protected by.
No, yesterday I'll pick up after Seleke.
No, I'm coming to you. I had this for you. I wanted you to respond before I go to Seleke.
No, but go to Seleke, then you can still give it to me. Trust me.
Okay. So I will leave this.
Seleke, no, listen. I don't want to breach. Power very important. I'm not the man.
No. Listen, their time is good. That when you make the rotation, you can always somebody.
Yeah, but take it. I'll pick up after.
Seleke, you are from the ANC, but at times you can be objective. You're not like me who always objective all the time. Sometimes you are objective, but this is what it says here. The ex-speaker Kofa to lead the CDC rebuilding drive after headquarters demolition. And to some folks, these beautiful gifts that have been given to the CDC. Some people are saying we are, like the American man, Harry Cosell used to say, you are taking victory out of the jaw of defeat. So here we are. What do we do with this gift that Unity Party has given us? And some people say right off the bat, we fumble by coming here with a list. People name one that were not consulted, and the folks are saying, no, man, please take me off the list. Okay, Seleke is now ready.
I'm ready, Mr. Gayman.
Okay, so you got it. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, again, good morning from my end, and good to be here on the closing argument. So here is the thing. I think we've talked about the CDC, headquarters team first. I think so many times, and for me, I just want to make a brief comment on it, and then I'll just wait for another question. First of all, CDC is not ready, and that's the truth. When you say people say, "Oh, you are in the opposition," so there's no need to be speaking about CDC in that kind of manner. But they're not ready, and here is why, Mr. Gayman. They put a committee together, setting up a time frame that they will complete the building of that new headquarters in a year. So where the party will be within a 1 year period. This is an urgent matter. At least 6 months, 8 months. The CDC very serious about constructing a new haircut. That should be the time frame, but not a year. And trust me, we will come. A year will pass. CDC will not build this haircut. They say they're going to build. And most of you will be on the show again. You'll be disappointed, but that's a fact. Let's be and this is why Liberians got to stand up and open their eyes. CDC can be the alternative. I hear people say, "Oh, the biggest upper government in waiting." How now in 2025, after 6 years of CDC leadership, we're talking about CDC being government in waiting? And this is no attack to CDC, but it is just time for CDC to rally around the opposition who have not had the opportunity to make to just give to what they have to the Liberian people to make a difference. It could be Mr. Cummings, the ANC, for example, which I think is the best alternative for Liberia going forward, to just rally around this man and move Liberia forward instead of wasting our time. This new committee, Mr. Gayman, CDC will not build a haircut in a year. 1 year will come and go, they will not build a haircut. In fact, NSU, a political party, where CDC will be hosting press conference in a 1 year period. Where this is an urgent matter. They put your thing out. They break down your
information.
And you put a committee together like in 1 year you build a haircut. Then you say you're serious. Then people say you're not consulting.
If you want to give to everybody, then we're not going
Listen.
Yeah.
No, but
now when I got more information,
all the information will come to you.
Let me speak. Let me give you your information, whatever it is. But my thing here is that the same thing we've been criticizing UP for. President Bwaka put up an appointment today. The next day on the executive mansion page, they pull it down. They put a different name out for that same appointment. And at the same CDC doing now, they're appointing people that did not consult. On the other man say, you not consult me. You put my name up to be on a committee. And at the same time, we're talking, and some of you keep referring to CDC as government in waiting. This is very, very unfortunate. For me, I have nothing to say, but they will not get a haircut in a year. And trust me, let's wait and see what will come out.
Okay, real quick before I go to Honorable Pewee, be brief with this. If the ANC is looking at forming partnership with the CDC, do you think the way you addressing them will make your appeal to them easier when you were actually on the table to negotiate?
Mr. Gayman, this is not about me. This is Seleke Kromah. This is about Liberia.
I'm talking about your party.
No, I'm coming. I'm being real and being honest with somebody doesn't mean that you guys can come on the table and have a conversation, about working together and all of that. I'm just being real with my fellow citizens and opposition brothers. Let them stop playing with our followers and supporters. Your house is being, for example, Mr. Gayman, your house, God for BSQ, your house is being, break down or maybe light on fire, whatever it is. And you, as a father of the home, you come up and say, "Mama, your way, I will build new house for you in a year." So what if family will be sleeping? Why your children will be sleeping? That's the question. CDC is putting a committee together that in 1 year they will build a haircutter. So where are they going to be using to host press conference, political rally, and what have you? They don't have a haircutter. John Myean could not even come up and get one of the residents. So this is a temporary place. You'll be having, rally or event here until the headquarters is completed. But they all coming together making fuss about, I'm not on a committee, you not consult me. All of you on the show keep referring to them as government waiting. For me, this is the truth.
Thank you.
Can I provide
information?
No, guys, keep your information. Honorable Pewee. Listen.
No, it's important. 30 seconds. I beg you. 30 seconds.
Go ahead.
Let's do the roundtable first.
Go ahead.
10 seconds. The information is that CDC has announced officially that its current temporary resident headquarters is in Single Tier Street, Plonker office. That was communicated to the National Elections Commission yesterday, and that's where the party is going to operate from. Just so you know, Thank
you. Can you give me 10 seconds?
I'm saying CDC temporary office is its district, its office on 10th Street.
Okay,
The
Mr.
viral
Siddiqui,
office.
listen.
10 seconds. Mr. Gayman, 10
listen,
seconds.
Ahmed, can you please send out the press release so tomorrow we can publish it?
Thank you.
I mean, send it to you that letter. I mean, send it to you so you can read
Oh.
it in fact.
Yeah, I saw
Not
that.
yet, we
That
letter
is
to who?
main office in
10
District 8.
The
seconds,
election
please.
commission.
No, Ahmed. Okay, that's good. Yeah, right.
10
I send
seconds.
it to you right now.
Okay. So why Mr.
That
Sylvester
office
come
can
in?
even host 50 people.
Come
Yeah,
on,
my man, you're
come
great,
on,
man.
guys. Let's
Let's
start
do
this. Let's
20.
go.
20. Give me whole 20 people.
Let's
Mr.
go.
Gayman, why
Yes.
Mr. Sylvester come in? This is a question to Siddiqui, but I want him to think about this. And then when we come back, he can answer that question. Here is my question to you, and I'm playing the devil's advocate here. You were saying that a year is not enough, and I think that with regards to where would the party have its activities, I think that question's already been answered. But here's the question: what would you prefer? Would you prefer that CDC comes out and says we will build a headquarters in 5 months? Because in 5 months, if it's not realistic, right? Because they're trying to please you and others, you would be the same one criticizing CDC if they had not achieved their goal of 5 months. Or would you prefer that they give themselves enough time to complete the headquarters in 1 year? It could be less than a year. And if that headquarters is not completed in a year, then you come back and say, listen, we said this thing. Well, which would you prefer? Are you mad that they're giving themselves enough time to complete being realistic? Or are you mad that they should have said 5 months, something that would have been unrealistic? But
Thank you.
Sylvester, go ahead.
Think about it. Sylvester, Honorable Pewee. A few weeks ago, you were here. You brought forth, or you were instrumental in bringing the brilliant young men that we were so proud of. And you think with this new life that we have, you think you are going to put your technical, the best of the best forth, so the world can see that we mean business. This is the birth. The birth of a new dawn of a new political party. Instead, it looks like the same old guys are back.
Before going into that quickly, let me say this. I listened to Siddiqui just now. I think the even 1 year projection the CDC gives an ambitious projection. Many institutions would even say they will say 2, 3, 4 years.
Thank you.
To construct
Thank you, Sylvester.
ambitious, very ambitious.
Thank you.
Projection again. For a party to come and say that means their resource mobilization base is very high.
Absolutely.
That means their anticipation is very strong, and we should commend them for that. It's an ambitious projection to give. 1 year to construct a party headquarters. I don't know why it's difficult. I mean, I constructed 2 houses in Liberia. No way.
That's easy. I want to learn it.
Listen, he's on the floor.
Yeah, for now, there's not a dialogue. Let me.
Thank you, Sylvester. Thank you, Sylvester. Can you say that again, Sylvester? Say that again. Repeat that, please.
Let me
push you on fire, baby.
Robert, get poor CDC right next to your name.
Let me be a little bit monologic here for now.
You see it,
but on a serious note, that is it, Siddiqui, from that perspective. Now, what I agree with you slightly on is that, and my brother Abner is struggling to defend. He said a letter written to NEC. What the I expected from that. What I expected from that.
Please find it. Please find it. Please send it.
Let's see.
Ahmed, you need to adjust the camera.
Ahmed, let somebody's on the floor.
Yeah, please. What I expected the CDC to have done yesterday was to even inform the folks in the political leader statement that the temporary headquarters, meanwhile we're getting 1 year, but that was a slightly temporary that it was inadvertently done. And that I won't beat them for that. I won't criticize them for that. But I expected that to be it. But it's good that we do have a temporary headquarters where the party will be resident now and the 1 year period to construct a new political party. That's a very good move on the part of the party. We all stated, and I agree also with my own big brother Gongloe. The only thing I would want him to call, he said that there are people in the CMC they appointed that are not competent. We want him to call their name and inform who are those people you refer to that.
Maybe you are one of them.
But Mr. Pewee, one moment you CMC, another moment you not CMC. I don't understand.
So what difference does it make? He giving an opinion.
Thank you. And let me kick this off so you can get the whole process clear off. Yeah. At no point in time did I ever ever make a position here to you that one moment when we were talking about from the formative stage of the CMC. We were having conversation as to this party is a great party. They have the ideological elements that were embedded in the party during the formative stage. We were encouraged to be part of it. But moving forward, we are not being sufficiently convinced that you can be part of the party until certain situations play out. And we said that over and over in time past. I've never had anything, listen, I don't have two colors, right? I'm a little light in complexion. I've never bleached in my life before. I don't vacillate, right? So when you understand that clearly, with that, and that there's nobody that.
Oh, you're not talking to me, oh.
And I'm not a pay agent, so no one will tell me say if you don't stay this today, then I will not pay your rent tomorrow. No, nobody, no one is paying my rent. No one is getting me dime. Both Liberia here. No.
So you, who are you talking to?
No, I'm saying to you, no, I'm reacting to the incoming senator. You see, because.
But Pewee, your positions on certain subject here on this particular platform have been in favor of the CMC at certain point in time.
Listen,
okay. So
yes, why?
I mean,
yes, why?
So I was right when I said what I said.
Yes, why? I believe clearly that Liberia need a pathway for the third option. And when the coming of the CMC was a conduit by which we all can collectively assemble behind self-vehicle. Now we need to put the machinery to play. But what I'm also not sufficiently convinced of is that we need the appropriate forces to align. And then at the appropriate time, we will collect someone to say, okay, you're going to be this. We don't want to one party to come and say this and no. Then I mean,
well, when the people 75% closer to the finish line,
the intent of the third wheel.
But more than that, Pewee, if I can make comment on Tony or a section about you, I have said on this platform and all platforms. In fact, a week ago, Honorability and I appeared on BKS, which is a very popular talk show in Nimba. It's a popular political talk show. He and I appeared there. I agree with you 100% on many things. In fact, all of panelists are calling me, they consult the CPC. I am issue driven. For example, I agree with Honorability that the legislature should be audited. I agree with Honorability that if the legislature attempts this time to set a threshold through a resolution that say, no candidate shall be reduced to one legislative seat or constituency. That is not the constitution call for a specific number. Is there. So a CNC leader has committed himself that you. So he and I agree on those things. That if the legislature gets to the new constituency threshold, it will be a specific number, either 60,000 or 40,000. It will not be a resolution that say no candidate will be reduced to one constituency. So we agree on many things. And I talked to Honorability almost, in fact, just 2 days ago, he called me. We had a 45-minute discussion. But I'm not a member of the CNC, and I will not join the CNC. But I will work with Honorability.
I thought you let you be. Take your Montana.
We agree on. So it does not make me a CNC. It does not make me a CNC.
Let me. The next round we'll ask you to call the names of those people you just said. But let me. As someone says, Pewee, go back to your CDC. Listen, I've been a very committed sympathizer of the CDC, and I still remain one today. Right, and my lifetime, I owe it to President George Weah for affording me the opportunity, the first Liberian president to ever serve me in an appointed letter, and I hold that dear to me and my family, and I are grateful for that gesture of the president. Now, more or less, I always, and time to time, will always be a great sympathizer of it. The CDC is a very great political party. Trust me, you give it to them for that. This is a political party being opposition for they've been opposition for almost 15 years for the presidency, and that's what I said from the beginning of the show. Gayman, I said to you, I said there are a lot of folks, young comrades, that that are so tied to the political party, emotionally tied to that party. The sycamore tree, the reign of things that that was a campus for them, a campus, a community for them. So it was good that the political leader immediately responded yesterday by giving them hope again. And this is a beginning. And I like how Mr. Gongloe put it today, right? It's sunny up. That is a rallying call to rejuvenate and resuscitate the party and ensure that the party received the necessary rebranding capabilities and all those things. And it should be used also as a period of reconciliation. There has to be this audit brand be extended to all the party citizens and encourage many sympathizers to come to be partisans instead of sympathizers and the rest of that. I mean, it's a great political party. It's a great political party. Don't get me wrong. And that's one of the reasons that people will come and say, and say that. But the reason why, the reason why, I told you, I'm a great admirer of the party. I am a sympathizer of the party. Right? If there is no clear way to see about this, how they call it, tear wave, I will be a strong surrogate of the CDC come 2029 election. And I will be full-throated in terms of pushing that.
That's a breaking news.
I'm glad I put you to that level today. Thank you.
I was having conversation with one person the last time about, listen, the whole Nima thing you're worrying about, Nima will not be balloted in the coming elections. I don't know what CDC options are in terms of who's going to be the running mate to George Weah. But if the tear wave not going to go right, if I'm going to be one of those surrogate, that would not be the condition for me moving to them. But I will be writing a very nice letter to President Weah in the next, maybe the beginning of next year, and giving him some reason why Madam Kehleboe Gongloe can be a good candidate for him. Listen,
so Sylvester, so you would rather Kehleboe Gongloe over the former VP Joe Howard Taylor?
Yes, for some reasons. And let me quickly say that. Good question, Raul. For some reason, I'm disappointed in the people of Bon County. You know, the way the people of Bon County voted for the CDC was part of the reason why CDC didn't win the past elections. Raul, let's go back to the numbers. 200,000 votes. Go back to the number and see the way Nima voted for Kun. If Bon County have voted for Joe Howard Taylor that way, don't we have the president now? Let me back on that. They didn't go well. Why not win neck and neck with Joe Howard Taylor in Bon County? So I think now that's the reason why I was saying. I mean, we start or we're on the same time in local country, as a matter of fact. The same time in local, right? That's one of the reasons. A lot of people, she got a lot of enemy in Bon County. Even the Bon County caucus and all those things contributed to all that issues. So we need to take the fight to Nima. And by taking the fight to Nima, we need to get some sort of towering figure. The electorate that can command a lot of votes from across the country. Listen, I've been doing some personal study of this woman, and I believe I have never met her before. I'm not intend of the new thing I'm trying to bear. I'm not intend to sit with her and have conversation with her whenever she's in the US. If I'm in Liberia soon, before the end of the year, we'll have some conversation. That's part of the reason we need to change the line. These people, the party people, they don't mean well for the country. They don't mean well. That's why they got the old man there and they're manipulating the old man a lot, and everybody doing their own thing. They don't mean well. So we need to be very collective in our effort to fight. And Jerome, I will rest here, but a lot of debate will come out. We're all going to sit and have the conversation. You, Jerome, I'll be a surrogate for you to your grandmaster because I know you're contesting.
Oh,
I know you're contesting.
Can y'all let my uncle Anthony, Mr. Nagbe Ben
breaking news. Breaking news.
I know you contesting. I've seen the signal.
Yeah, you see the signal.
Yes.
Mr. Nagbe, here we are. You play soccer, you watch football, you don't all of these. Let's go to the soccer realm. Let's go to the American football realm, right? Somebody took the running back, ran the ball,
Jerome, there are two guys in the back. Why are you going here? I think.
Let me see. Who are those?
Admin and Anthony. But go ahead.
Don't you guys know that if you check out, you can't check back in? Let me call. I keep telling you guys. I don't know why. Let me see why they are stuck. Let me see.
Well, once you come on and you go in the back, you should be able to bring yourself back on.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to your figure this out.
Yeah, Nagbe.
Yeah, Mr. Nagbe, go ahead.
The man takes the ball at the finish line and put the ball in your hand, and then you fumble. Isn't that what the CDC is doing? The United Party have given them, hello? The United Party have given them the ball right on the finish line. Instead of taking it across the line impressively, you dropping the ball. That's what happening here. Can you imagine going across the finish line and the men who are backing you, they are saying, no, we shouldn't be on this line. We shouldn't be here. You shouldn't have put me here. I shouldn't have been here. Isn't this what we are talking? We're talking about leadership here. Somebody that's worked with the president should tell the president, Mr. President, this shouldn't happen. This shouldn't happen. This name shouldn't be here. This person shouldn't be here. We need these people. We need some new faces out here to let the people know that we are resurgent. We are new. We coming across vigorously. Instead, we drop the ball. Somebody say now, I'm not on the defensive line.
Jerome.
Yes.
Before you continue, please, I think you should put it. This should be part of our topic for today. That we should discuss it briefly. I did it. Something. I mean, this government is to try to erode public confidence in most of our national day. Right? Yesterday was the day of our national anthem, the symbol of the country. And as a matter of fact, we legislated a particular day to celebrate and honor the flag of Liberia. But none of the senior officials of our government, the president, they didn't attend. The vice president didn't attend.
I will come into that.
Okay.
It's next on the line.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
Yes. So here we are. We're talking about fumbling. We all agreed. You said it here last night. This is an opportune time. Even the United Party, they agree that there was a blunder. They overplayed their hand, and it looks like it's going to backfire. And what is the CDC supposed to do? We start fumbling right out the gate.
Yeah, I mean it's almost like the running back running into his own offensive line.
Hey, man, don't talk about
That is the same question I asked you.
Wait. Are you guys? Look. I think sometimes.
No. I'm not talking to you, Mr. Nagbe.
Yeah, but I've been on the show for that one now. You can't even recognize me.
They just caught up by running into. They call it the butt fumble.
This is like what Sanchez of the Jets, right? Running into, right? It's no snapper. But look, quickly, I know there are a lot that has been said. I've been listening. Mr. Gongloe comes on here, and he brings a fairy tale that is supposed to be existing in Nimba. He wrote this in the chat room last night. I didn't say much about it.
Mr. Nagbe, I didn't want us to elevate that. That's why
please let the man talk.
Okay.
Please let the man talk. No, Mr. Nagbe, don't. No. Mr. Nagbe, please continue.
Well, let me just say this. Our internal polling doesn't show this to be an issue at all. It is off the radar. Okay, Rahul.
There you go.
So, but notwithstanding, we are not unaware that these are some of the issues that are going to crop up, and we will deal with them. But I want you to also understand we are not spending sleepless nights talking about the CDC. The CDC is being talked about because right now they're in the headlines, and we're talking about the CDC in the context of their appearance in the headlines.
Current event.
You understand? We're all in the opposition community. We said this here time and again. We need to hold together. But that doesn't mean because we're in even the CMC we're in, and Jerome will tell you here, we disagree at times. there's never going to be a unanimity of view at all times. That would be the death of democracy. So to say because we and the CDC are in the same opposition, and so when they fumble the ball, as we're saying here, we shouldn't call them out and put them on the sideline for a minute and have it talking to them. Is this how we're going to move forward? That's not how we see it. But let me come back to what Sylvester was saying about Bon County, right? If you notice, for a long time, the former vice president and the president had a major divide between the two of them. I'm sure you remember there was a time she was complaining, she was being ill-treated, she wasn't getting gasoline, she wasn't getting a lot of things. And I think because of that, she was unable to deliver some of the expectations to Bon.
Can you mute yourself if you're not talking? I'm hearing echo.
Yeah, please.
And so it is. I don't have any data to prove this, but it will appear that Bon County deserted the CDC because their daughter, who was on the high table, was not given the opportunity to deliver.
She was still on the ticket, Mr. Nagbe. That's not. She was still on the ticket, Mr. Nagbe.
Look, Sylvester, what does the presence of being on the ticket mean? The expectation is that you bring home the bacon. That's why you're on the table and you're on the ticket. If you're on a ticket and you're not able to deliver the bacon, what is the point of it? So I believe Bon County decided, look, even with her being on the ticket, there's nothing there for us, and therefore we're going to cast our lots somewhere else. And as I'm heading it over, let's go back to Nima, where Kehleboe is from. And I hope he will tell us here whether the VP is still a member of the MDR or is in the Unity Party. Because
Dr. will tell you that.
But on paper, it's on Unity
Party.
Record.
It's a public record. Now
it's on Unity Party on paper.
I'm just
telling you, it's a public record. Mr.
What is?
I need to ask that Jeremiah Kun is no longer a member of the NDR. He's a member of the Unity Party. It was announced publicly, even before Prince Johnson died. Look at the recording, the audio recording from Prince Johnson. He said, Kun betrayed me. He left my party without even consulting me. He left the MDR 1 week. He announced his departure from the MDR 1 week before PYJ death. But it was a precondition for him to be a vice president. You must be in the party.
Your man say you're not agree to be bare board to the vice president.
so he has to join the Unity Party. But they kept that as secret.
He said the poor Nima didn't like to be a bare board.
Can I just finish? So just I mean, all of us, no one is God, and I believe Vice President Kun did not know Senator Johnson was about to pass away. He didn't know that. So when he announced his resignation officially now and publicly from the NDR, 1 week later, PYJ died. In fact, when he did that, they are in the different audios we have listened to, PYJ lamented his complaint of betrayal. That Kun did not consult him. He only heard that he is no longer a member of the NDR on radio. And he read it in the newspaper. I mean, there are so many. I'm surprised you didn't listen to that. If you did not, Mr. Nagbe, it was all played out. So it was one of the issues that others who are within the NDR who felt that Kun betrayed or PYJ. It was those kind of issues, even during his funeral, that they play on. That the old man made him. And he abandoned him. He was not even caring for him. That frustration killed him. In fact, the youth chair of the NDR, he made that declaration during the funeral, and all of us watched the on Facebook Live. So, and for me, to Kun credit, he didn't know Prince Johnson was going to die when he made that statement, and 1 week later he died. So then said, he frustrated. So he didn't know that. He didn't have a crystal ball to see the future, what was going to happen. So it's just one of those things that happen by coincidence, that this happened and this followed, right? And then people play the politics out of it.
Thank you for that clarification. For my last 5 seconds, let me just say.
1 minute. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Nagbe.
let me just say
1 minute.
thank you, Mr. Gongloe. Thank you for affirming.
Ahmed, man, when you start talking, people got to tell you to keep quiet and you talk about 1 minute. Go ahead, Lamb, my CNC brother. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you for confirming. We just want to say, in the midst of all of this, we know the Nimba County University is in dire crisis right now of all kinds of assistance, and we're happy to announce here that we are going to go in there and we'll put up a dormitory that will house at least about half of the students on that campus. This is a CMC way of saying, Nimba matters.
Yeah,
Thank you, Ambassador.
So
Yeah,
let me come in before Amanda.
1 minute. Mr. Pewee, Honorable Pewee, go ahead.
They say I should inform Koga say tell Raul, Tomalin, Jerome, Nagbe.
You were not elected to be a bad boy.
And particularly Kehleboe. I was not elected to be a bad boy.
I believe Koga did not tell you that.
Yes.
You were on another show. You were on another show.
Are you questioning some vessel sources?
Listen.
Why are you picking on Tomalin George? Why are you picking? Pewee, why are you picking on Tomalin George?
Yeah,
because somebody told me here that Tomalin George and the vice president, they are very good friends.
Particularly Gongloe. He said, even the president said he let me. Like, but again, so when somebody said I should tell you to tell, let me tell part one. Get to go. They say I should tell everybody here today to tell Reverend Reeve, the permanent Baptist pastor, right? He said Peter Tomalin and everybody on the show. He said that man alone, he's the president of the Baptist Missionary, the president of the Basel University, the oversight head of the Riggs Institute, and the pastor of the Providence Baptist Church. How one man of God would do all the work?
I know.
Tomalin George is multitasking. He's supporting Kumu. You got third party, which is not coming in disguise. Then he's with Sir Joseph. He's multitasking.
Listen, my moderator, can I speak now?
Go ahead, Raul. The best choice for Liberia.
I want my brother to speak. I'm coming. No, after Tomalin George,
but Tomalin George came back.
Tomalin
George, wait, you came back.
No, listen.
But how
you are after Senator Gay. So wait,
they just came back. It was me, you, and Mr.
Garguah, you know about it. You're not senator. You're not representative. You're not Koga. You're not
breaking news.
Portfolio.
Breaking news. They said the coming CDC convention. They got top 3 for chairman. I'm stopping the list.
Oh,
I'm stopping the list.
Hey.
No, I'm not. I think my philosophy to the party moving for. I've spent 20 years.
Are you interested in the chairmanship?
No.
But let's move on. Okay.
Yeah,
let's move on.
Okay.
I've spent 20 years serving CDC in different capacities. I think the party.
Thank you for your service.
The party is in a new stage, new time. I think our own institutional knowledge and what we have gathered, we can serve the party more in guiding its path. But we think we need some fresh blood in it. I do have a tenure that goes up to 2029.
So that list we saw on the committee that fresh blood from Punadikova down. Let's
talk about. I see you're making big falls out of nothing about that list. But let me just talk about that list a little bit. Let me just talk about.
But answer the question. The recycling the same thing.
No, the list is yes.
Amen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
What is the question?
The new CDC. I'm bringing the new lineup now.
Yeah.
Don't tell me the same lineup. Go ahead.
Well, but let's look at what you call the new lineup. The likes of, for example, the likes of Koji. Koji represents the new breed of sedition. He's young. Koji is less than.
No, we're not talking about young. We're talking about leadership. How long has Koji been?
That's what I'm saying.
How long has Koji been in the leadership of CDC?
So Koji came from being a youth league chairman,
Okay.
To the Secretary General. So I think he listen. You can't just form a party every time you must have people who understand the party. So even though there is a need to have new faces, but at the same time you want to ensure you keep people who understand the philosophy, the history of the party. For example, the ANC.
the way you do it, Ahmed,
Let's take the ANC.
the way you
why,
do it.
so
Wait
then
now,
why
why
you
you
leaving?
always going to change the goalpost?
So why are you leaving when you had a philosophy?
No, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I said no.
Take 20% of the old faces, and then you make 80% the new people. That's how
No,
you
I'm
do
coming. I'm coming. I'm not leaving. I said I will not seek the chairmanship of the party. That's what I said. But I do have more than 5 more years to remain as an executive member of CDC. But I wouldn't seek the chairmanship of the party. I would think in the next 5 years, the party will require a new breed. So there's the process. Currently, you have some very young people who have been added into leadership. For example, Titi Swen, he's on our list. He's the chairman for Montserrat County, where the party headquarters will be built. He's a young man. In the next 4 or 5 years, he will be prepared to take over leadership.
Do we know a location, Ahmed?
What?
Do we have a location where the headquarters will be built?
It's in Congo Town.
Oh, yeah, Congo Town, right? Not too far from where Taylor Place was.
Yeah, it's in Congo Town.
Oh, where they have that huge church?
Yeah, we had our place. We had our place a while ago.
Okay. But there was another place. There was another place that was given by a member of the party who I know very well too. But when the announcement was made, the Unity Party got involved, and another Wahala came with other family member and ownership business. So the CDC had to divert. But go ahead, man.
So basically, what I'm saying, and I'll just make that short about that list. That list represents different set of the party. For example, you saw Myean on our list. Myean represents the legislative caucus.
A new blood, Myean, that's correct.
You represent the legislative caucus. The list is a composition of the different sets of the party. For example, you will see people like Mama Kai on our list. She represented Youth League. You see Musu on our list. She represented the Women's League. You see Coco, the former Minister of Public Works. She represented the technical aspect of the project. You see Eugene will help coordinate the finance. So I'm saying each person represents a dedicated aspect because we wanted everybody, every set of in the party, since we cannot have everybody member on the list, so we have representation. So the list is a representation of what the party is: the youth league, the women league, the professional league, the advisor, the administrators, and all of that, the legislative caucus. So that is what the list it is. But unfortunately, if you're not in the party, you wouldn't know. So each other person represents a particular part of the institution. 23 different sectors of our party coming together. So you could not have any.
So Fofana and Myean from the caucus, the both of them.
Yeah. So Kofa represents the administrative aspect of it. It's symbolic here of the list.
Okay.
So
can we ask the question? Can we ask CMC, is leadership structure in the diaspora? What is the composition and how does it reflect the diversity in the diaspora? Can we ask the same question?
Is that for the CMC? For the CMC?
Can we ask the same question?
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Can you explain the representation? CMC. I said CMC.
No, we're not talking about CMC, Mr. Ahmed.
But why you can't talk about CMC?
No. I want you to land. Go ahead.
So let me land on this note by saying to Mr. Nagbe. Mr. Nagbe was asked a question by Gongloe that he tried to belittle, but thought that it is more of important to focus on somebody on CDC list that say, I don't want to serve on the list, that it has more impact than comparing to the perception Gongloe says is being created in Nima County that the CMC is perpetrating an Islamic agenda. And he thinks that is insignificant compared to somebody on a CDC list who say, no, I don't want to serve this time, and you want to highlight that when you don't want to focus on that major issue. That has the potential to put a very serious dent in your ambition. And you don't want to focus on that. You don't want to make clarification. You don't want to comment Jerome telling you, oh, leave it. But you want to focus on a person put on a list that says, at this point in time, I don't want to serve, and you think that is a major issue? No, it's just one person who can serve.
Mr. Ahmed, I used to teach debate. They call that pivot. Thank you very much. Let me go to.
You
should ask Alexander Comey on your
George.
pivot. It does not what that important.
Listen, let me go to Tomalin George, guys.
That one thing to Mamadi Diakare, and he never recover from it.
Good for you. Hey, Honorable George. Here on the front page here, it says absence of boycott. Top official from Liberia 178 flag this sparks concern. And it says here the absence of President Joseph Yuma boycott, Vice President Jeremiah Kuhn, House Speaker Richard Kuhn, and Senate Pro Tem Nyobli Kanga Lawrence from the 178 national flag. This celebration has stirred widespread concern and debate over government commitment to national traditions. National Flag Day observed annually on August 24th, commemorate the first hoisting of Liberia flag in 1847 after its completion by a group of 7 women led by Susanna Lewis. This year, the day fell on Sunday, August 24th, but the official ceremony was held on Monday, August 25th, at the Centennial Pavilion in Monrovia. Despite returning from the Tokyo International Conference on African Development, on August 22, President Waga and several senior officials, including the Vice President and newly appointed Chief Justice, Bese, were all noticeably absent. The entire hierarchy of the Republic of Liberia, from the Chief Justice to the Speaker, the President, everybody basically disrespected our flag. Mr. George, you have been a part of this tradition from the time you were a child. What's going on here?
You know, Mr. Gayman, you know, right now the UPs they do everything within their powers to like rub it in the faces of the opposition. They have not kind of no strong opposition attack. Nope, they are not putting fire on them. So as a result, they do these things, and right now they're having their own way. The president controls it. President controls the legislature, he controls the judicial branch, he controls the I mean, you name it. He has all the control over all the major branches of government right now. As a result, so you can chronicle the things that have happened in recent times. Supreme Court issue a ruling. President said, "I respect it, but I would not accept it. I would not go by it." Right. But the same president said when he came on Japan, he said, "We are there to enforce the law."
That's right.
Now, when it came to the issue of the former speaker, he was completely on the other side. But when he was asked a question at the airport about the CDC eviction, he said, "We are there to enforce the law." Take what they were doing. He supported the police what they did, even to the court.
He said the law is the law.
Yeah, the Supreme Court even issued stuff. So right now, nothing really is happening. So as a result, they'll do everything. But let me just come to what people said earlier. I'll listen to Pewee. You know, I'll tell you this. There's a meeting I'll be taking place in November in Liberia with major opposition figures. Okay? Now, 2029 will come earlier than we expect. What's going to happen if we come to the point where the tail link and
you still organize a meeting? Don't just say a meeting will be taking place. But you always vague.
Give my space. Let me talk.
But you can't get vague information to the public.
I will not go deep here.
But they don't say.
Listen, how can you tell a man how to speak? This is a free country.
My time to talk. Man, you come in session me? My own talk.
There's no be worse than Joseph Boyka. He was leader.
Exactly. Some of the judges are free thinkers.
So what's going to happen is that at that meeting, it will be decided what will happen in 2029. Like people said, if the telling that will also emerge, if we can see it, trust me, UP will be the video. Will have their fate decided in the first round, the first ballot, because there will be that coalition of opposition that will come together. You will see they get 5-7% on the ballot. No. It will be decided at that meeting. If we go with Kehleboe Gongloe, we'll go with him. All y'all should just support this one person. If we'll go with Robert Garguah, we'll go Robert Garguah. They all support him. What you know what the reason? What the Unity Party has done to the people? They have acting isolation. ostracizing everybody, even the press, the media and all. You saw in the United States Human Rights Report, that climate review that they're doing, it's affecting them. It will come out to haunt them. Right now, the media is like, okay, these people, they're acting so strange. They don't want to do no media. They won't do their own stuff, leave the media out. As a result, the opposition party will come together. Most of them, now the serious one, will come together and will say, look, we're going to go with this slate. We're not going to have separate people like how we have seen in the last 2 election cycle. You have the person running, the person, no. And with that in mind, UP will be, they'll have themselves to blame, because they will come, they will realize that they cannot you cannot beat such a lineup. You can't beat them, because like for instance, we're going to year 3. You saw happening at the Tokyo meeting. You saw Ghana left with something. You have other countries left with something. Like, bro, so what promises were made to us again, promises were made. And I tell you the truth, you talk to the point, UP government to tell you now, so it's getting rough. We are facing a financial problem now, because things are getting tough. Okay, the opportunity with Trump was a missed opportunity. I tell you the truth. Let me go further. It was a missed opportunity. But I was not happy without Trump and stuff. After they forced them to sign the SPSD on the eve of departure in the night, just to get that meeting going. And what happened? What can we still keep order the U.S. that meeting with President Trump? Nothing.
You speak very beautiful English. That was about it.
That's all. And nothing came out of it. So what will happen? In November, when that group meets in Liberia, you will kind of find out, they'll come to understand where they will be heading. You can't play a game now. No more saying, oh, let's go for that one. No. It'll be clear. If we don't do it, you'll be faced with another 6 years of Unity Party. So that'll be clear. That's why you see, and what's what will happen in the coming days, coming weeks. A lot of things will happen in a ruling party. And you're going to see it. Just like you see them acting like they love each other in law first, they're going to start to have their own internal problem.
The mayors are inside of the unit of the ruling party.
Mr. George, real quick before you go, I know you have a pause on what may happen and all of that. Do you see a possibility of somebody else running on the CDC ticket other than George Weah?
No. Let me tell you this though. If look, honestly, take it or leave it though. We are in the opposition. He remains the favorite in the sense that he's a leading opposition figure in opposition, and if they get their act together, it will be his decision, his call to say, look, I don't want to run. If he will make that call to say, I prefer John Brown running instead of me, and will support that person. But that'll be his call. And until that call is made, George Weah will remain the face of the opposition. Take it or leave it though. To lead the opposition, and you can't beat that. If what George Weah about to do in the coming week, coming months, I mean, you'll see. You'll be all in the counties very soon. You'll see in the counties, going from county to county, and let's see what will be the outcome. Let's see how people gravitate towards him. Let's see what will be a message to the people as he go on his county tour. Okay, that's what's going to happen with the government and people that police will go say, oh, the man caught in the crowd, people leaving the school, the work, the marketplaces. Let's see what happens. They will test George Weah a strength when he starts going to the county in the coming months. So, and that you see, he goes to a particular county. If that county shuts down, you know that this man is still a formidable force, and he will be the face of the opposition. That will be their call, his call. He will make that call. But UP, what UP has done, he have isolated other people, other parties, and today people see them as the PDL, they alone can do it. They forgot that they came to power through others' help. But today the people that help them is a problem. I mean, like example, the MGR. Well, but tonight we'll not talk much about it because we will remain until in the coming days. But we'll keep quiet for that aspect. Yeah.
Because you are advancing one side. That's what you can talk.
Anything you say, I agree. Anything I agree.
I like somebody. I'm here smiling because
Gilman, can I ask something, George?
No, we gotta talk, my man. Go
ahead, ask your question. Go ahead, ask your question.
So,
but I'm next, right, Mr. Gayman?
Yes,
Mr. George, you insinuated here that in the coming days, that means less than a week or less than a month, in the coming days, something will be happening in the ruling party. What are your sources? How credible and how high your sources are in the ruling party?
In the coming day, we'll have a new minister of state. That's all.
No. You said something.
We'll have a new minister of state.
That's not what you suggested, though.
We'll have a new minister of state.
We'll have
a new minister of state.
Come on.
Oh, come on. Answer a question now.
No, but that's not where you go right now. I know how you do. But Mr. Gayman, can I go?
Yes. Let me start with you on this one. The Chinese national presence raises question as Senator Sir Joseph unveils People's Action Party (PAP). The launch of Mansarado County Senator Sir H. Joseph new political party or political movement, the People Action Party (PAP), took an unexpected turn Sunday when an unidentified Chinese national was spotted sitting at the high table alongside the senator. The individual presence during the unveiling of PAP's vision in the New Georgia community immediately sparked questions about foreign investment, foreign involvement in our Liberian politics. This is where we are, a major party being launched and flanked by the political leader is some Chinese nationals. So people are now concerned, is Sir Joseph been bought? Is he a puppet now by foreign investors or foreign folks who have interest in the Republic?
Well,
nobody unveils a Liberian party with foreign nationals on the table.
Before I answer that question, I wanted to, say something about the August 24th celebration and the absence of, top government officials and top ministry heads and whatnot. Look, our sovereignty, part of our sovereignty is our flag, national anthem, currency, and whatnot. So our flag is one of our sovereignty. And for this administration to do what it did was deliberate. They are shying away from, the fiasco trip to Japan, and they don't want to be questioned by journalists out there, reporters, and that's why they did what they did. The clear cut here was this administration with an finance minister whole agenda was focused on donor funding. It was not domestic revenue generation driven, right? So the finance minister 5-year plan that they launched for the country, $8.4 million project, $8.4 billion project, 70% of that $8.4 billion was heavily dependent upon donor funding. That was prior to the United States coming out with a new policy where it was all about trade instead of aid. They were also hoping on the $51 million of the USAID funding towards the national budget. That got cut short. The next hope was the MCC. MCC, you have to go through 7 phases. Liberia have gone through 2 phases already. So there are 5 more phases for them to go through to determine whether or not Liberia will receive the loan. And so guess what? The grant, So guess what? This administration is scrambling and have no other means of addressing 2 major crises of Liberia, the economic crisis and the illicit drug crisis of Liberia. That is the #1 issue of Liberia today. And because they have no idea, no innovation, no strategy, they are completely confused. So to be in the public right now is not their sweet spot. They're avoiding the media as best possible they can, and so they can find another means. Unfortunately, and I want to say this to my dear senior brother Pewee the other time, that I said, we don't look at portfolio when you're coming into government, we look at your result. I don't have anything personal against the current finance minister, but I just think that he's not delivering for Liberia. Regardless of his portfolio, he has fallen flat on his face. He has not delivered. He has not lived up to the challenge with his huge portfolio he came with. The country is in a dire need of a rescuer in the economic sector of Liberia, and the finance minister had no plan, no solution, no strategy to lift up our country. Last year, August, this administration launched an agriculture program that's supposed to reduce rice import by 70% in 5 years. Knowing further where we do not have any form of mechanized farming structure in place, but they announced 70% rice reduction. Where are we today on that program? The World Bank, and not the World Bank, the African Development Bank, invested $5 million on agriculture in Liberia, identified, let's say, targeted 114 farms. 81 of the 114 farms cannot be identified today as we speak. Folks, Liberia is doomed under the leadership of His Excellency Joseph Boakai. And that is the reason why our country is facing what it's facing today. So, you're talking about the Torgbean? There's a clear-cut option of the Torgbean. And that is the reason why I shared the flyer to Mr. Gayman and my senior chief, Tomalin, that ANC going to a convention in October, right? Because we have the solution, and because we have rebranded, we have restructured, because we have gathered in a place where we are not going to joke with the Liberian people. We are not here to talk. Action speaks louder than words, and we will move on the ground, and the Liberian people themselves will sell the message of the Torgbean. We're not going to be talking. We're going to see the action on the ground.
Okay, Mr. Gay.
Incoming Senator.
Yes, sir.
The convention going to be held is a national convention in Liberia.
Two things going to happen.
It's going to be the USA chapter.
Hold on. Now you asked a question.
Ask you a question, my
yeah,
brother.
but you asked a question. Allow me to.
No, I can't. Let me complete my question, please.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
A very friendly question. I'm not being belligerent here.
No, go ahead.
Is the convention going to be a national convention in Liberia or the USA chapter? That's what I want to know.
So we're going to have two conventions.
Okay.
On the same day?
The convention will be held in Liberia.
On the same day?
No.
Oh,
two separate months.
Okay.
Hold on.
Next month.
Listen,
Honorable George, can you send our advertising package to Honorable Gay so they can buy our advertisement?
No problem. We'll take care of that. We'll take care of that.
So
but
that's
Jerome, can I make a quick comment?
In October, in Liberia in September.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh my God!
Are you attending the Liberia convention?
I gotta speak.
No. I'm attending the one here.
Listen, guys.
It's almost 8 o'clock. It's going to 8 o'clock, so we need to close.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So yeah, so definitely.
Kehleboe, you're going to sleep.
I just want to let it out there.
You're going to sleep at 8 o'clock. Kehleboe.
Mr. Jerome, can we? Yeah, let move on, man.
Yeah, let's go. Close. I mean, let me go to Robert can't wait for a 1-5-minute talk. Go ahead.
like last one, nobody go find me. I leave 1.5 minutes.
Mr. Gay, you got 30 seconds now. Your time going.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because people keep cutting me off. Launching a political party in Liberia, every Liberian has the right to launch a political party if they so choose to. I'm not against Senator Sir Joseph for launching his political party. What I always say, our lawmaker, you are elected to exercise your due function. Having, your humanitarian gesture here and there, running a political party, it has nothing to do with your legislative function. And so we will hold them up to that legislative function, including all those who are political leader, not political leader. You can launch 10,000 parties, up to you. But we'll still uphold you to your legislative functions.
Thank you. Mr. Garguah, let me read this short passage here. It says the Monserrato Senator widely seen as PSP likely political leader pledged that once the party is certified, its entire executive level will be sent to Singapore for training. The entire executive, they will take them to Singapore for training.
What party is this?
Oh, we talk about Sir Joseph here.
Okay, so
PAP.
Mm-hmm.
There's a new political party. They will send their entire executive branch to go get training in Singapore.
Okay.
He
So
also promised to mobilize 50,000 supporters for the official opening of PAP headquarters. People have called me and asked that I refrain from speaking in public, but when you mention my name, I will respond, Joseph said. He needs a political party that is not owned by the single individual, but collectively owned by everyone. The event drew several prominent figures, including former Lofa County Senator Nagbe and soccer legend Sylvester Pewee. So Sir Joseph said he now launched his party. These are some of the folks, and the entire executive, he will transport them to Singapore.
so I think without being condescending and disrespectful, if I was James Salensa Diba, I think I would appreciate a trip overseas. I don't know when's the last time James Diba left Liberia. So
This brown guy.
My man, don't
Well,
let
well,
him start
don't do that
calling me
now.
all
You're
day.
putting
But
on
he's
it.
saying the truth, though.
I mean, I'm just being honest because I mean, since his last professional career, he has not been able to travel outside the country. So, I think Sir Joseph, I think that gesture would be appreciated by James Deba, to go to
What?
Singapore,
What
uh,
gesture?
to try
To
sending
take
him
everybody to Singapore for training.
sending him to Singapore to for executive training. So I think he and others who have not traveled outside the country will appreciate that trip. But let me say this: there's nothing wrong with a new political party. I'm not a fan of all of these new political parties, especially when the current institutions or the current clubs have not institutionalized. And so when Sir Joseph talks about we need a party that is not for a single individual, then Sir Joseph should not automatically think that he's the standard bearer of the PUP or whatever party it is, because from all indications, he seems like he's positioning himself as the standard bearer of that political party. If you're serious about being an institution, then do it differently. Let Sir Joseph start to tell us right now that to do it differently and to ensure that his party is not one that is centered around him, that he's going to go to a convention, that members of his party can also go to a convention and make their respective cases as to why they should be the standard bearer of that party. I challenge him to do that. We all know on this platform that that's not going to happen. Come 2029, he's going to put himself, assert himself as the political leader of the party, and he's going to run. I don't want to spend a lot of time on Sir Joseph and that party. I think that he has the right to do so as a Liberian citizen. But in all honesty, I don't think that that party will make much noise come 2029. I got to be very honest with you. CMC will make more noise than Sir Joseph come 2029. I think that party is dead on the river. I don't think that's the case. So I'll move past that. I want to get back to something that was said earlier about, and this is where I disagree with. I think, respectfully, because I have tremendous admiration for Mr. Nagbe. But I think where I disagree when it comes to, and you and Mr. Jerome when it comes to CDC fumbling an opportunity is that I don't think CDC has fumbled. You know what this reminds me of is this reminds me of Manchester United.
A
I'm
false
a I'm a
start.
I'm a big fan of Manchester United, right? And it almost seemed like the opposition has positioned CDC as Manchester United. Manchester United is such a big club to the point where when we lose a single game, the whole world stops and talks about we're melting, right? We lost a game against Arsenal where we outplayed them. We drew our second game in the campaign, and guess what's happening for the past few weeks? Every major sport outlet has talked about how the coach needs to be fired. But Manchester City lost at home 3-0, I believe, and no one was talking about it, right?
2-0, 2-0.
2-0, yeah, 2-0, and no one was talking about it. But everyone's talking about Manchester United. Listen, I think that they dropped the ball when it came to not doing their due diligence. Because again, when you have people saying, I don't want to be on this committee because of self-aggrandizement, I think it's a testament to what CDC actually needs. people that are running the way. Do you think if CDC was in power and George Weah had listed the individual name on the list to be a minister or deputy minister or whatever position, you think he would decline that? You think that will ever happen? That won't happen. We know that. But when you have people who are focused on themselves and not on the institution, and they are publicly displaying that, that's good. That's good. You have to separate the good and the bad from the bad. So this is good for CDC that people are saying, no, I don't want to be on that committee, even though I would have done my due diligence to ensure that people on the list were aware of their appointment. And if they had any issue with being on the list, that would have been communicated before the list were released. But I don't think that translates to fumbling. I don't think that translates to fumbling. I think, yes, CDC has moved quickly. I agree with Sylvester. I think they should have communicated yesterday the temporary party, but I think they are on a right path. If CDC are able to put forth a headquarters in less than a year or within a year, I think they've done good. And I think that they can say to Unity Party, you've been in public service longer than we have. You served 12 years in addition to 6 years. Where is your own party headquarters? You're still listening. And there's a strong possibility that, given everything that's happened here, and I always tell my friends, be careful how you serve in this party. I told my brother Sekou Kalasko this. Power will come and go. Your integrity and relationship remains. What you don't want to do is burn unnecessary bridges. You see, they have to be careful. The bridges that they're burning right now could still burn for generations to come. And they're not always going to be in power. We've seen people raised to the very top. And God bless his heart. May his soul rest in peace. Momo, what's his name? Momo Jebo, I can't say his last name. They charged it up from an AD camp. Momo Jiba was one of the most permanent individuals. And you could not move in I was in Liberia a few years before his death, and he was eating leftover pizza. I felt so bad for him. Some of his friends had abandoned him. He was coming back to himself before his untimely death. Leftover pizza from my table. God bless his heart. And I said, wow, can you imagine this? We've seen these things happen before. We've seen government officials get so powerful today, and the next few years, they're down on their faces. Be careful when you're using state power to dismantle your political opponent. Be careful how you're doing so, because there are people who are vindictive. There are people who will take power tomorrow, and they will use the very same institutions to come after you. And the individuals that you're using today would not care about you. So if you want to dismantle your political opponent, do it through ideas, do it through tangibles, do it through your party agenda, so that we can see what your party has done. So I would just close by saying, let's give let's rest on CDC for right now. Let's talk about Unity Party. Let's talk about the fact that Unity Party went to Japan and they came with nothing. Can you imagine, Mr. Gilman? Unity Party went to Japan with a higher delegation than the Ghanaian government, with a higher delegation than the Sierra Leonean government. Those government came back with something, with tangibles. Up to now, they have not listed what they came back to Japan with. Can you imagine? We should spend more time talking about that. That tells you that this government is not serious. It tells you that. And you know what? When CDC went overseas, they said, why CDC didn't come back? On all of these major trips. On all of these major trips. On all of these major trips, CDC can argue that even though we went, we spent months, even though I don't agree with it, but we came back with something. What have Unity Party come back with to the country? And
Thank you. Mr. Gongloe.
Yes.
Here, listen. It said a unification, the PAP political party have purchased. It says they have secured their permanent headquarters. They are taking over the old People Unification Party site, paying $100,000 upfront. This is, we talk about political headquarters. These people, who are the People Unification Party site? Where is that? It's on Torgbean Boulevard, it said. So we are talking about headquarters. This man is saying they have secured a headquarters. He paid $100,000 upfront. So PAP now has a headquarters on Torgbean Boulevard. Who knows where People Unification Party site? What is it? PUP, that Gongloe party?
No, PUP is not Gongloe Party. PUP
It's somewhere around Fish Market.
It's a long time.
I don't think you are a member of the United People's Party.
PUP, Party.
A question your knowledge on history. I don't think you're a member of the United People's Party. I don't think you knew. I'm not sure you knew Gabriel Bagos Matthew. That you now know LPP and offshoot of the Moja. I question your historical knowledge.
We never like Moja. We never like you guys. You know that.
So that's why you should remember. That's why you should even remember.
We don't like you guys. You guys are communists. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, don't call Bagos Matthew African socialist though. So I listened to those speeches that time.
Go ahead. You are finished sleeping. You're gonna go to sleep.
And watch his time because he watched everybody's time by his own time.
Yeah,
he was just counting my time just now.
So,
Mr. Nagbe, please watch his time.
Don't start.
Oh my God.
Gongloe is a radical. Watch his time.
Gongloe, your time ain't started yet. Don't worry. Go ahead.
You just interrupted.
No, ain't started yet. Go ahead.
Okay. So start counting now. Here's what I will say about Sir Joseph proposed political party. You know, I made this comment on this show, and I will repeat this. I don't intend to bring the CMC in the comment this time, but political party like PAP, you know, how they call it? Sir Joseph Party is like PAP.
PAP, man.
PAP. Parties like that.
What do you mean by PAP? They're PAP?
No, People Action Party.
Okay.
Political party or corporate funders. I'm not a fan of political party or corporate funders. Because when a corporate funder dies, the party dies. That's how it is. You know, Sir Joseph, cannot tell the public for transparency.
You said the same thing, you got in trouble with the CFC people with this corporate fund.
I didn't call CFC.
Yeah. We are on record for raising the highest money ever.
You said the same thing again.
So I'm going to stop you right there. Point of information. All right.
CFC, they're already talking to you.
Let me tell you what we're doing. We are in the process of acquiring 3,000. Are you going to let me talk?
Please protect me. Let me make.
You are protected, Gongloe.
I like to speak my mind freely on issue.
Go ahead.
This is for me an ideological issue. That's why I speak on that the way I do. I don't join political party or corporate funder because I'm critical of what I don't uncritically accept people.
I see that you said you and Grace go out. What is that?
Now I keep getting it. You know? So this is my comment, my sincere and honest comment on Sir Joseph. That party can Sir Joseph look in the face of the Liberian public and give the sources of the funding. If it is a collective political party that the fundings are coming from the funders, incorporators, the original members, can he do that? He cannot. He has one Chinese man who all know is his dealing. Sir Joseph is an ally of government. Even during Ellen Johnson's time, even though he was in the opposition, show me one statement.
Don't talk to my uncle that way. My uncle is a good statement.
For more than 12 years, Sir Joseph has been in the legislature that he has been critical of any sitting government. He is an ally of regime because of his dealings. Today, the only reason why he left or the CDC, in my mind, I don't have a crystal ball here to say I saw everything, but in my mind, because of his activities with ArcelorMittal, he got a contract here and there, all of his dealings, they have to go close to the power that be before they audit them. He and the likes of Thomas Fala. Thomas Fala confided in somebody and said, oh, my man, I have to say I will protect Joseph Boaga because that Saudi rights they're talking about, I received some. So I got to jump there and make a statement that anybody touches Joseph Boaga, I will do this. And somebody said that. So the likes of these, and I made this analysis to Jangako. I said, Jangako, the problem now, the first defector in the CDC would be Thomas Fala. I said it to him. If you call Jangako now, you'll tell you was the day Thomas Fala left, Jangako called me and said, are you a prophet? I said, no. It was easy to see that the financial foundation of Sir Joseph was in corruption. So it cannot be an opposition on a government that is promising to go after corrupt people. He has to cave in. That's why he did. So it was easy to see that the guy was living in glass house and Nevers, and he would just go to Joseph Boyka. But I will end my closing statement on this. Tomalin George said something. He said the CDC intends to take Georgia out in the counties. And I can say this. I actually advised Janga Cole 6 months ago that politically is strategic. Economics, the economy does not like politics. Since the United Party don't want to act like a veto, they want to play politics instead of govern. You put Joshua on the roll. Then it will mean that 2029 is playing even in 2024. The economy will crumble. Because if Joshua gets out there and start to call crowd, market women, motorcyclists, chasing him, large convoy, they will be confused. They will start to spend outside the budget, and it will just distort the economic flow. And that will be the end of the government. And in my mind, the reason why they ran away from the Flag Day celebration is not because, in addition, is part of the lack of message, lack of delivery from Japan, but it's because they were going to spend money which they don't have. They didn't have the money to fund that. So they have, for the president to go to any occasion, the expenditure will increase. For the vice president to go to any occasion, they have to spend money. They have to send advance team. The advance team need to get some logistics. They didn't have the money to do it. And I would say, I would disagree with Anthony on this. Augustine Gafford is a good finance minister, but he's operating in a very difficult terrain because he's operating in a government that does not realize that they are the governing party of the country. They are still politicking. They are still causing chaos. So this is why their economy is difficult to manage.
Mr. Gongloe, I'm a technocrat. I cannot be working in the field and we can't get a result. I don't accept the task, or I let the task go to somebody else.
Mr. Gayman? So technocrat, ain't call your name. Go ahead, Mr. Pewee.
Yeah. But yes, but I actually listen. Big brother Gongloe, you know, I got a lot of respect for you. And but
Gongloe, when you hear them say I got a lot of respect for you, can we hit you low below the belt?
No. I've always committed myself to never attack. I can't. Gongloe,
not attacking. I mean, you are a diplomat. You can cut people that will not even know. Go ahead.
Gongloe, I'm an ally. Nobody who can have. I'm a major ally. I don't even know. But yes, I would say, you know, the Constitution of our country also gives the right to establish political institutions. And you agree with me. I'm not here to be his spokesperson. I'm not speaking on behalf of Honorable Sir Joseph. Sir Joseph is a statement, to be very frank. He's done a lot of great things for the country moving forward. You know, and I know, and the rest of us, everybody knows that his personal engagement, he showed himself to be a great family, and the compassion, the way he was more or less open-minded in terms of moving to help Liberians at a time when no one would dare venture into those things. I can recall we were in that panic mood, very hysterical in terms of the way to go ahead and do things at a time in the country. And Sir Joseph was the known general that went to counter this monster of Ebola at the time when folks, he had a one-man ambulance service. And that intervention at the time, or all of the interventions at the time, to play a very major role that the former president even had to refer to as one of the national heroes and honor him in the country. So Sir Joseph played a lot of major role, and that was a clear, that was the product or the result, if you will, of the recent elections when he won with a very hard number in Masorada County. in the just in the election. So Sir Joseph's a serious-minded person, everyone we should always want to sit and across the table and have conversation with. Now, moving about with the innovation, he's just performing the role that the Constitution gave all of us, exercising his political rights as citizen of Liberia to establish a political party. And the establishment of this political party, yes, where I would disagree with Mr. Gongloe, that I don't think it's about individualism. No, the intent is about, Liberia, we have not reached a level where we allow institutionalism to triumph, because the reason is that we always started, most of those political parties started by the vision of one individual, and eventually we move to take the line of institution rating, if you will. So I believe Sajusa is consulting, he's engaging other political actors, and the reason why he wants to establish this new Liberian political party, because there's a need for that of advocacy, there's a need for that of interventions on behalf of the people. There are reasons, I want to believe, there are reasons why this he thing and the rest of the folk will come together. Eventually, it will come to be a widespread political institution that will move through and try to contribute towards the Liberian political landscape. So I wouldn't beat on him for this. What I would do, I would celebrate him rather, because he being a very true and strict person that done a lot of interventions. He will go and seek support and bring the support and do those kind of interventions for all the Liberians. So I think we shouldn't be jittery of trying to be a little panic about he establishing political party. The Constitution called for if we want to proliferate those parties, our right to go and do it, the proliferation of political party. The same way we have churches. The churches have been established across the country so it can be one voice for the gospel to be spread in Liberia. The mosques are being established in across the country so that the news, the good news of Islam be spread from the great Muhammad, if you will. So that's part of the reason why these religious institutions will be spread across the country. Is the same, right? And the witnesses will go on to preach and spread the good news of Jehovah and the rest of that. So with that, our Magna Carta, the Constitution of our country, provides that every Liberian citizen has got the free will to express their political grievances, if you will. So for him coming in, it's not a bad thing. We need to give him the protection, the encouragement to move ahead and bring other people. Now, the amalgamation of different thought processes, important individuals, they are all important towards our political landscape. So I will give that to him. Now, on the basis of the way our political structure is in the country, currently we've been having some tough time. And as you said, I don't even know what the proclamation stated about the Flag Day issue is incumbent upon the government via the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to issue a proclamation on behalf that the president will issue. They will release it. That will officially be released, and the program will be appropriately celebrated. But to see the president conspicuously absent, and all of his senior officials are from legislated program. Now, this program is not just from the blue; it's a legislated program. To see the president conspicuously out, and all of his officials, if you will, and senior government officials of our country, it's not a good thing. That means we are not promoting and protecting institutionalism. It's important.
Including the Supreme Court?
Yes, that's what I said. All other government officials, senior government officials, we are not protecting the fabric of governance. It's important here. Myself, as a student of government and politics, it is important that we uphold the tenets of democracy. And by upholding the tenets of democracy, all of the basic fulcrums in elements of democracy will have to be protected. So these are programs that we legislated. We said the flag, that's our national anthem. That is a symbol of the country. Those powerful women, the woman went on, led this force to establish the flag of our country. It's a true representation. So if that is the case, you ought to understand clearly, we ought to move and respect that. And that's why when the flag is being hosted, we have to stand and salute to the flag. It's about paying your respect. That's why we say we pay allegiance to the flag of the flag of Liberia and for the republic for which it stands. For the republic. So that is the true representation. It was quite unfortunate that people will just want to go to the presidency for the form and pageantry side of it, but not respecting the governance portion and the rule of law portion of it. I think it's quite counterproductive and quite unfortunate that you see our government officials trying to encourage this thing. And the most senior person in government, the president of the republic, that the Constitution says he should defend, protect the Constitution of the country. He told all to do that. He told all to defend and protect the Constitution of the country. It's important, and Gayman. So I don't want to be like Rawa and Kehleboe to take all of the time. So I would want to particularly end here.
Yes.
That country.
The too far. You're taking four and a half. Go ahead.
I read it too far. Taking 4 and a half.
Let me come in real quickly when Sylvester is landed.
Yeah, let that. Go ahead.
Okay.
One minute, Chief, before you go. It said the celebration featured a traditional school parade and competition. St. Teresa Convent took first place, followed by William V. Tottenham High School, Embley Foundation Academy, and Center Independent School was recognized as the most disciplined, while Monroe College.
Are we off Facebook?
Huh?
Are we off Facebook?
Yeah, we are.
We off?
Yeah, we've been off Facebook for at least 12 minutes now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, guys, let's wrap it up. But this is what it says that Monroe College was awarded the best dress. But what I want you guys to look at before we close that, 1 minute, it said during the keynote address, Councillor Dr. Jala A. Babu, chairman of the World Economic Crime Code, lamented the absence of the senior leaders and urged the government to lift the ban on the poorer and sandy societies. This man is the chair of the War and Economic Crime Court. He's not making a case for the War and Economic Crime Court. What is going on in this country? Go ahead, Mr. Nagbe, so we can close.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Sylvester, and you. I think this government's the number of views now that are spilling out in the public, they're becoming cause for concern. I mean, we know that the judiciary boycotted the State of the Nation, and then the president and also the legislature boycotted the Chief Justice retirement. And now, we're talking about I don't know what is boycott or whatever the reason is, but the papers are reporting that both the executive and the legislature were absent.
And the judiciary. The Chief Justice never showed up.
Right. And to the piece that you just read, all the three branches, and this president, he is the alpha of all the three, he's the boss of the government. So, they need to tighten up. I don't know what's going on, but it's starting to look bad. Flag Day, the high school, Tomalin High School, the ice right, we always look up to the, Flag Day.
Absolutely.
It always rain on us, but, that's when you and the, after that, you and the girls, you all go to either Rivoli Cinema or, Roxy Cinema or whatever, y'all go eat that soggy cornbread they had at Rivoli Cinema. But, it's a time that, the students look forward to. So this year, they didn't, I don't know what happened. But I like to go back to my brother Gongloe. He left the stage. I hope he's listening, He comes on here today, and he said he is not going to narratize the CMC. And what does he do? He goes ahead to take all of these little swipes at the CMC. He comes on here to bring a story, which is really non-existent. Thanks to Jerome. He told me not to chase it down the rabbit hole. But then he talks about, corporate backers and all this. First of all, let me just say this. We understand right now NIMBA is in play. We get that. And what are the power blocks in NIMBA? The Koga power block is there. the CMC power block, and the Gongloe power block. Yeah, yellow already, but those are the power blocks. So right now, with the public feud between Koga and Kong, we understand now there's jogging to to benefit from whatever space that is going to be created. We get that, but if I must inform him, the CMC, we're doing fundraisers, and we have plans to engage in fundraising activities in a major way. We're talking about agriculture. There are a lot of plans. Some of them were revealed recently by a political leader when he appeared on SKTV. So yeah, he shouldn't be talking about stuff he doesn't know about. And I have given him a lot of credit, but it looks like he's in a hurry to go someplace that I don't understand where. And so I just wanted to let him know that we're not going to sit by and depend on one person to support the party. But that is that. About Sir Joseph, look, it is a democracy, right? We're all free, all of us here, to organize our own political parties. I don't see why people are getting upset with Sir Joseph. I agree with Sylvester. He's done a lot of good. Who don't remember him as the Ebola president? Exactly. He did a lot of good. Yeah, even though I disagree with the foreign national appearing with him on stage, he has to be careful with the Constitution, because there are specific portions of the Constitution that actually, prohibit that. So he has to be careful. But having said that, let a man try his space. I mean, try his hand in his space. I think I welcome him. We're all in the opposition community. We'll all do our part. Right now, this is our primary. We're all jogging for.
Mr. Now, before you close, what's about taking the whole executive team to Singapore?
What's
the logic there? Singapore.
The man was showing that development.
I mean, the way Anthony puts it, that might be a good reason for that. But I myself, I struggle to understand that. I hope in the coming days it will be clearer to us as to why that is. But because all of these things are supposed to help put money into the economy. They could have taken a room, at Farmington or Royal Grand or Bolivar, any of the places there, and I don't know. But again, I want to welcome him into the space, and congratulations to him, PAP, People's Action Party, and welcome to the opposition community.
Thank you. Honorable Gay.
Thank you. Great show.
Listen, everybody's talking about.
Okay, go ahead.
Everybody's talking about democracy. Then you're taking your entire team to be trained in Singapore. That is not a democracy. What does that say about what the idea here?
I think like I say, it's not every country that is not practicing democracy don't have good things, right? China is known for industrialization. If you take your people to train in China, they may not be learning the Chinese culture, but they can learn certain things about engineering, about agriculture, and other things like that. So I won't be faulting for those kind of things, right? Singapore is one of the success story, right? In the 80s, Singapore was nowhere, right? Early 80s, but look at Singapore today, right? And so let's just say, I always told people the Chinese built China, Japanese built Japan, India built India. We Liberians need to build our own country. Foreigners not going to build our country. They're only going to come here to exploit that land, right? In the words of my dear brother Leo Johnson from Canada, he said, when we develop Liberia, we will die. We will not die, right? So, I mean, we gotta find a way to figure this thing out. So that's why
the ANC will have two conventions, right? One here and one in
Liberia. One here.
But I mean, the political party is in Liberia. And all these political parties have had it.
When we have two conventions for ANC with that,
Unity Party, I don't see.
We're not die.
Yeah. So we will not die when we have two conventions. When we play PPC in Liberia, the sea will not die.
When we continue to abandon having major conventions in Liberia, having always in America.
No, that's not the same thing. We have always had convention in Liberia and here.
Okay. No, I don't want to teach you.
But the ANC
the party
has proven that the political party can raise their own money. We have done that. We are the only political party that have raised enough money that even the sitting government.
Absolutely.
So we are proving that the party, the partisan can raise their own money. You don't need the political leader to always foot the bill. So, but having said that, guys, this is a great show. But here's what I want to leave, Mr. Gayman. You put my flyer, or you send me your bill, we'll take care of that. We need that flyer to be up. We need that flyer up.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, stay on the bill, we'll take care of that. We need that flyer up because the weekend of August 24th to the 26th, we will be in Atlanta, Georgia.
August
or
September.
Okay.
In September, we'll be in Liberia.
Tomalin, George, you send me the
will be
packet
here.
tomorrow. We'll start advertising. Great.
Yeah, no problem. So thank you. Thank you very much, guys.
You're gonna have, can't wait bringing some of your people to talk.
Oh yeah, definitely. We have people on the standby. I'm
Okay,
part of the
good.
communication team, so definitely we'll bring our leader to do that part. But since I'm already a panelist here, it would not be fair, that doing handle dual role. So we will bring individual who will represent female and male will be here.
Great. Okay. So let Honorable Pewee take us out. Take us home.
Oh yes, it was a good show. Trust me, we intend to always pay attention to the politics of the day and ensuring that we'll be committed doing our thing, doing the rightful thing in the country. But a lot of good things we are morally bound to push and advocate for those that don't have the means to talk for themselves in the country. So it's important. I look forward to, again, having a lot of different debate about the way the country is being structured and the way we move on. This great country is a country that we all admire, and we want to ensure that we see, particularly in terms of the rule of law, we ought to do that. If the Supreme Court came up with something and the president was emphasizing that, we will do this. I mean, you always have to. I think President Bouakai will have to take the initiative to be the man in charge. We elected you to be in charge, not to allow people in your orbit to control the affairs of the states while you just being you as a shadow president. I mean, as the I don't know to call it, not shadow, as the what the world on the news as probably the chief executive by name, but not by actions and command and the rest of that. You should be in charge, and that's why the Constitution, Article 50, said you are the commander in chief, the head of government, and head of states, and president of the republic. So it's a very important job that you have to take seriously for the people and do the job of the Liberian people. Is very critical.
Thank you. Honorable George, the ANC people need a packet. I don't know. You got to send it to you. Want to send it to you, Mr. Gay?
You can send it to me. I'll forward it to the team.
Okay. So
you're not making sure, yo.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
I'm encouraging everybody to go and test the website, tcaliberia.org. Test the website, tcaliberia.org, and we ready for business. If you want to advertise your program, I'm sure by next month we'll have all our payment stuff there. Like the Zelle, the stuff will all be on the website. You got to come and you can say, give me the information. Just go on the website, it'll be there, and we'll take it from there. So looking forward.
But for now, when
this man just like our website, we'll send the website to you when you register straight. Your card can come up with your QR code.
No, we're not.
That's how
we're not seeing.
When you put TCA the brother, I think that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Good.
The way it's coming for right now, it's launched already. So the professor is still working on to put other features there too. So maybe all the panelists who picture will be there.
So
too.
here's why I want to advise Timothy. Start sharing the website to the public here until you have all of the bugs cleared out. So that way, it will be a good thing. Yes, why I don't want people to do to your site, right? People go with excitement, right? And when they click, they want to be clicking things that work. And when they start having a hiccup, they'll be like, even when tenants say working, I tried that thing the other day, not working. Just a technical advice.
I agree.
But it is working though. It is
working. It's a technical.
No, but he said the payment thing is not there.
We
call that the e-commerce. The e-commerce portal is not added there.
Yeah, we got it. We got to. The professor is on top of it. That what he does for a living. So so he's
Okay.
working on it, but at least it's a
Oh,
work
I
in
know who is
progress.
working on it now.
I mean, it looks
It looks
very
very good.
nice and
No,
very.
He's good
easily-
though. He's good.
So
Can be easily
Professor
navigated
Kennedy
too.
is very good. He knows his
yeah,
stuff.
he got all the security features there to avoid
Yeah.
people.
He's
yeah,
very good.
so
He's very good.
you will show how you have to show how to access the website, or we'll manage everything. We'll be fine. We just at least we got a website that.
No, listen. It's one guy you have on your team. You have an asset. Economics and technology. This guy's.
So making progress
good.
there. Let's
Are
keep
you
on
using
the
Larry's and ENC, man? Is that good?
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay. I'm just.
I say he's a great guy, but we're definitely not gonna have you guys.
And then Larry sent me a text.
Like Mr. Cummings and guess what? He was early on. He was on the UP team. He was even formulating strategy. But he's a straight guy. He doesn't like foolishness.
No, you're right. Larry's a serious guy. You're right.
He's a very serious guy. He doesn't like foolishness.
Okay, Tomalin, can you drop the website in our comment section? People are asking for it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna begin mine. What mine?
Yeah, let's just go to the show, and then in the comment section you can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but gentlemen, the show has been great. My CDC folks, don't be mad. We just tell you as it is. The president got into trouble for not reshuffling the people that got into it.
I don't know. The president, this weekend the burying Minister Ambassador Grisby. I don't know.
And no announcement from the executive mansion.
I don't know whether the president.
There will definitely be an announcement. There'll be official gazette.
Yeah, but they're burying this weekend. So.
Oh man, you going to?
No. I'll be our Basel meeting on the weekend. The Basel convention.
Yeah, the man caught you. The man said, "You said that you fired me. I watched you. I got you on tape."
Basel people, my Basel people, they got a never Basel people for it.
Yeah. Oh,
wait, Uniboa or that's a different?
Yeah, Uniboa.
Yeah, Uniboa. Where they at Kentucky or where?
No, that's one community that really pick up the slack. I'm admiring them. The Basel Association.
But give me, ain't you part of that group? You broke away from that?
Yeah. Once a Basel man, always a Basel man. We were the funding member of the organization. But as usual, the folks don't let nobody be critical. When you get critical, people get upset. I mean, they don't want you to tell anything that is true. You're not accusing them. You're saying the truth. They get upset.
The three leading group in a diaspora organization from Liberia, the Grand Jury Association, the Myean Association, and the Basel Association. I think the Bon County too are working behind that first step too as well.
Oh, Bon County is small, man.
How about the local people?
Nah, man. They from a bigger county, but they get segment. They're not all together.
Yeah, they got Loma organization.
Yeah, they're doing the Loma organization, the Kisi organization. What they can get do local county?
Pewee, you in the Zosa organization or in the Lofa?
No, but they got the Association of Lufins in America. That's the association they have. But you bear with me that, and that's the model organization of Lufins in the diaspora, particularly in the U.S., right? So the Association of Lufins in the Americas. Now, you will also agree that I want to believe you, Mr. Gay, you saying they are Grangian at first, those are cities from this district or so, they are Grangian. I saw that in Arizona.
We do have district organizations, but GGAA events surpass any of these small district organizations.
So it's a combination.
So when we come together, with all districts are represented.
The Association of Lufins is the model organization here. Then they will move to have districts.
I never heard of them. Never heard of them doing convention. You know that kind of stuff they do.
I don't know. Since I came, I haven't heard that recent
That's
time.
what we're talking about. It's not like we're born like the other ones.
I know very well that the late, I think he passed now. I just forget the name. he was a very great man. He was a former president when we were at the University of Liberia. He gave a lot of support to Lusa at the time. So I will have to really push Fofana, but I think we have the Association of Lufians in America. It should be a powerful organization also. But I think all of the convention of late, the only county I've heard of their conventions that have been widespread here in terms of being active is Grand Bassa County that I've noticed. I personally noticed Grand Bassa County in recent days. Grand Bassa County and
Unico, Nima,
Nima County. Nima is number one, even Nima. Then Grand Bassa County. I also heard of Grand, to be honest. Now, because I won't say what I would say it, Grand Gila County also because
we've been number one. Who have raised more money than us? We just raised over $75,000 in one weekend.
There's one big brother I met in Arizona when I was in school in Arizona. He let it bluff him in it. Emmanuel.
Is a Grand Gila?
Yes, a Grand Gila in Arizona.
Mayasaka?
No, man.
No, Mayasaka can be your big brother. Wow, wondering.
That's he let talking minute, man.
The Grand Gila in the buying and made they raise money during 90s. So
I don't fucking name, but he's
water.
I can really for the Grand Gila.
Raise money for support the people during the war. The Grand Gilas and the buyers, they raise some money. They raise plenty of money. How the problem started.
So right now we got 22 chapters across the United States.
So who the national president
now? Kehleboe. It's a lady.
You're still fighting?
No fight. That thing will put it behind London. No fight.
So Fred Gwen active with you now?
Fred Gwen stay active. We always go to all our conventions.
How about Myean? Myean?
Yeah, Myean has been, active.
Good.
Except in Myean administration.
Okay, guys. Great show, honorable George.
Yeah.
The girls will do well, and as you go on the next year, you're gonna get easier because guess what? Are they all gonna go to the same school like my twins?
No, like the other ones is we should go to the Air Force. So from high school, go to the Army. So
okay.
Oh wow, yeah.
That's a good thing. We were lucky the twins, they are roommate, so they don't have to worry.
Wow, not the man.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Lucky.
So
I saw the photos today, Jerome. Great, you guys did great, man. They look
really
good.
I mean, just imagine the school got what 50,000 students. That's huge.
Yeah, that's a big school.
What?
Florida State is huge.
America's a great country, yeah. People
are very organized in certain things.
Yeah. Wow.
But
I saw your message,
Mr. Nagbe.
Yes, sir.
People used to live on you don't?
Yeah.
Because people all the time to live there, right?
All the way down towards in Patrick, the dormitory.
Yeah, the GD building, they call it against them.
Yeah, there you go.
I remember when before the war,
that place of residence used to go hustle.
you know, before the war, I think 89.
Oh, 89.
I went to.
I was small begin, man.
No, but 89 I went to our club on AME Zion Community College. We went to play a club on Continent. Our club was Ozidi. Want to go play? I think what a club. I had two clubs. I know. Two clubs on Continent. What the name of the club there?
We have three. We have Nada. We have
Nada.
We have Mason.
Yeah, want to play one of the clubs. One day, I think we spent 2 nights there. Yeah, went there, play one of the clubs there.
Okay.
Continent was good too though. They had the people living in the dorm. They were being good.
Absolutely, we had a lot of fun over there. I mean,
yeah.
Campus dormitory life is.
They gotta have somewhere to sleep. The way in the jungle. I saw that. I said, wow. People living.
You're right though. We live with snakes in the dormitories.
Wow, for real.
And I know my friend Sylvester Pewee. He slept on a snake. Put the clothes outside to dry, and they brought the clothes in, put it on the bed.
Wow,
it's real right there.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was dangerous.
Yeah. Wow.
So, yeah, but that's what it is.
Man, those things are animal. If you don't attack them, it will not.
Yeah, that's what they say.
I believe that because he was never attacked, but he just started
attacking. I mean, I don't use step on it.
Wait, what last name? First who?
Sylvester Pewee.
Oh, okay. I thought first
He's married to Amanda Aldrich,
okay.
but now Amanda Thomas.
Myean,
Yeah.
Great.
Myean,
guys.
why are we not on Facebook? Ever since we left it, why?
But that's been a long time now.
Yeah, we left a while ago, maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, about 35 minutes.
Yeah. All right, guys. Have a good night, man. Thank you for the show.
Okay, guys.
Congratulations again. Congratulate the wife for the girls. You did great, Jerome. Same with you, man. I can't wait to meet on the 27th. I want to talk about CMC again, but we're meeting on the 27th in Philadelphia.
That's right.
I'll be with the wife.
Okay.
Yeah, when now, Chief, are you telling me now the TCO were invited or what do you mean?
No.
All right, we'll see about that.
When's the program?
We'll talk about the
27th, September 27th.
Because that's my chapter. I'm hosting that program, so the TCO will be invited.
Where's going to be the Clara Hotel?
Clara,
yes.
The foreign minister.
Yeah,
that's right.
But Jerome, I wanted this semester. I think we need to talk about. I had an opportunity to talk to somebody who said 3 presidents, right? And something we discussed that was on TikTok about the protocol, right? The code of ethics and protocol, both the executive mansion and the foreign ministry. Oh, man, I'll see you a messenger.
Where in Pennsylvania are you?
No, I'm in Delaware.
Oh, okay. Where?
Wilmington.
Oh, okay. But we're lagging.
Joe Biden.
But if you have some time, maybe the end of the month.
You in Wilmington too?
In Delaware.
In Delaware?
Indike withdrew on Mr. Epstein's behalf more than $800,000.
Yeah, I'm in the 808 zip code.
All right, good night, guys.
Okay, guys.
And then oversaw over $2.5 million in payments from a single account.